Right, this is a very last minute live. Brian's on the phone.
Hello, everyone.
I can't even say can anyone hear him. Oh well, it is what it is. No, we was having a conversation, and it is the 20th,
20 years.
20 years to the day,
now.
and that seems to be
12 o'clock. So 2nd of the 5th, 20, and it was 2nd of the 5th, 02, which is the date on the Molken note, like one of the, quite a famous document now with 2nd of the 5th, 02 at the top of it, and we've basically just been sitting here talking, and it's like 20 years. Here I am, a bloke out of a pop band. It's 20 years later, after I was unlawfully imprisoned, set up. Clearly, after talking to you, Nick, these police can't be real, and that's why the documents have got things missing, and just things don't marry up, because you know about criminal cases. So when you take a look through mine, you're like, that ain't right, that's not right.
Well, I did say once that the paperwork is so bad, it's an insult to fucking forgers, man. Like, it was, but there was so much, like, we always tried to work out why. All right, we always tried to work out, like, why was this happening? Right. Hang on, I just got sorry. Right. And trying to work out, like, why was you hacked in the first place? Where did this start?
Yeah.
And I'm 100% sure it started with your father-in-law, who.
Well, yeah, when I got married, because like we've touched on it, and I've always thought, oh yeah, he's a Mason and all that. But when we look at everything that we've got here, we've got on page 58 of the Marquette notes, we've got my ex-wife's mum and dad's address on it, which is like we're saying 7 miles away from the Dowlers, and the Dowlers are being hacked, I'm being hacked, and my ex-wife's being hacked, and her parents, which are in Surrey down the road. And I'm like, I never really thought much into it until not that long ago, when I said, I wonder why were they hacking her parents?
Yeah.
And then obviously we're putting 2 and 2 together, and there's obviously a problem with my case. It's why it's never been sorted out or gone, or even any attempt from the mainstream media to take it public and explain things for me. There's been none of that. I've been basically set up by the News of the World 20 years ago, and prior to that, but we'll stick on this event, because so much happens around this hacking, which was 20 years ago today. According to the Mulcair notes, which I got from Scotland Yard, which were passed on to me through Scotland Yard to Richard Mallet, my solicitor from back then.
The fraudster,
who contacted me 10 years ago, nearly enough, to 2 days prior to today, to the date. So I think got a really good case here with the phone hacking 10 years ago, 24th of April, 2012. And that's 10 years after the hacking date, 26th of April. So it seems to happen every 10 years. And now it's 20 years after the hacking date, 10 years after Richard Mallet contacted me. And I'm still here, I'm on benefits. I've not got a problem with that. I appreciate the benefits. I appreciate it without going off on one. But what I don't appreciate is, I've still got this same consultant doctor as what I had 20 years ago. He hasn't helped me then, and he hasn't helped me now. And I've got to see him again on the 28th. So I'm thinking of live streaming it, because I'm out of ideas. I can't get a criminal lawyer. It's not through not trying either.
Brian,
bringing the Law Society. I've tried, and I've got no help.
Like I said, Brian, your best bet is because if you're going through the Law Society and shit like that, you're going to get a lawyer that they're pushing onto you. I mean, you've had Barry Moore's lawyer, you've had Richard Mallet, who was meant to, and then he's been done for fucking fraud. Yeah. They've just.
And then the other guy, Sam Steen, who ended up doing nothing. He had my stuff for a year, and he's the right-hand man of who's the guy with the grey hair, the barrister? What was his name?
Michael Mansfield. Michael Mansfield.
Michael Mansfield. That's it. He's sort of his right-hand man, apparently. So I thought I was in good hands, and I got to run around.
Well, of course, of course you did.
I have walked into random solicitors like you suggested, Nick.
Yeah.
Someone in Walthamstow. I put the paperwork down. They went, "This is outrageous," and I said, "Oh no, can you help me?" And I can't.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But I did say to you earlier, Bri, right? What you need to do is to concentrate on what the police did, and because an unlawful imprisonment, you get money for each day that you spent away. Now I know it doesn't seem like a lot,
56
but
days.
it's a start. It's a start, because number one, there is not. Listen, you cannot go to prison for a civil fucking offence, Brian. It's ridiculous. A family court.
Let's explain that for people too.
Right, a family court judge.
I'll just explain how that comes about.
Well,
Cut a long story short.
Well, the reason why you have criminal and civil, like, you know, a civil offence is not a criminal
So
offence.
you're telling me, Nick, under no circumstances, even in a family court, can you have a penal notice attached, a power of arrest where you can go to prison?
No, you can't.
How have they done that to me?
Brian, I don't know, because let's get this straight. You went to prison for something you got a not guilty for. Well, no, you didn't get a not guilty.
What happened was the judge in the family court, right? There was an injunction. They call it a non-molestation order. So I can go nowhere near Natasha, my own house, what I've been kicked out of, or my daughter, nothing, right? Done to wind me up, do whatever, because they had an understanding of the law. I never had solicitors law. I never had shit before. And basically, if you believe the News of the World story, it looks like I've breached an injunction set out by the family court not to pester or harass Tasha or go near my house or instruct any third party to do so, either on my behalf. Now, if you believe the News of the World story that comes a couple of days after that court case with that hearing, right, it looks like, if you believe the News of the World story, that I've gone out of my way to set Natasha up with cocaine in order to win a custody battle.
Yeah, right. Number one, the cocaine. Yeah, we've gone through this once before, but we'll go through it again.
Cocaine don't exist, mate.
The cocaine was seized from Zorba by a journalist. Yep.
Well, that's their story.
Right, this is their story. And then this journalist took it to Jack Chuddy.
They've handed it about around themselves first, took some pictures, right, and then one of the journalists reckons he's drove over to, I don't know, Ealing or somewhere like that, I think it's Ealing, to a Dr. Jack Chuddy, who had a forensic laboratory called Volker Science, which doesn't exist anymore. Dr. Jack Chuddy works on the food club. You can find him online if you look at that. He tests what's right in our food and that, chemicals and that. This is what he does now. And he reckons, I've got his police witness statement, and he said that Stian Alexander, one of the others that was there with Robert Kellaway.
Someone keeps ringing me and it's from Bryce, someone keeps ringing me and it's from Facebook, and I don't know whether they're telling me that there's something wrong with the stream or something.
No. I don't know.
Can you say... Let me see if it's coming up on YouTube. Because where I can't see the comments, which is like, I can't...
Is the green light on?
Yeah, the green light's on.
By yourself, I do not know.
It should be alright then.
No, it's just, yeah, no, it is alright, it is alright. Why does the girl keep like, what's wrong with people? Oh dear.
I don't know, so I don't want it coming out.
You know,
they can see you online.
But this...
They're on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. But it's someone who thingies quite a lot, actually. Someone who's on my Facebook quite a lot. I don't know what that's about anyway, but not to be sidetracked. Right. So this...
So you're saying there's no way that you can be put in prison over that. Because
No.
I've got a document, right, that says power of arrest, non-molestation order. There's a power of arrest attached to it if you breach it. So the News of the World have made it look
like the judge has given oh my God. Like, what the fuck? God, the girl keeps reading. Right, this cocaine that was being used as evidence against you, yeah, that's the bottom line.
Oh my God.
This. Oh my God, they can see. I don't know. It's Chantel Duff or something. Right, this cocaine that was being used to convict you, yeah, was seized by a journalist, yeah, taken to this Jack Chuddy, right, who then the next morning took it to his place of work, yeah, took it to his place of work. This girl is fucking. Can you hear it? Oh my God! What the fuck? It's putting me off. Right. The cocaine went to Jack Chuddy. He took it to his place of work. Right. The next day. Am I right?
No, she ain't.
Right. This girl is fucking like.
Just answer it now.
No, like, Brian, can you still hear me? No, people can't hear you. This girl, like, what is wrong with this fucking girl? Like, oh no, now I've turned it right down because I was turning down the, right. Bye, speak now. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I don't know what's that about. It's getting on my nerves. That girl, look, oh, right, I'm just going to answer this because she's taking a fucking piss.
Yeah, go on.
Hello. Like, love, I'm doing a live and you keep ringing my phone. Why you keep ringing my phone?
She just coughed down.
Brian, Brian.
Yeah.
They're trying to fuck with the stream, man. I'm telling you that now. They are trying. Did you hear that? She just coughed and went bleh and put the phone down.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Can't you block that person or something so they can't?
I am now. But she's done me on Facebook. I don't know how to. Can you block her on Facebook for me? Like Lauren's will do. Look. Oh my God.
Someone don't want this being heard.
No. Oh, come here.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, she's messing with you.
Are you taking the piss, love?
Let me block her for you. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. This is that. So, do you know?
She's taking a bit.
You see what people are like? They're getting shook now because me and Brian, like. But she knows that I'm talking to Brian on the phone. Oh my God. Brian, this is ridiculous. Yeah, she's trying to, but she keeps ringing and ringing.
Block. I don't. There you go. Done. Block.
Fucking hell, man.
But how come she can ring it still? Right, she shouldn't be able to now. Right, do you want Brian to ring my phone?
Yeah.
Take my number. Brian, ring my phone.
Did Brian get his tuner today?
Oh, they're taking a piss.
Yeah.
Give
Do you know what that means?
Give Brian my number. So then you can ring him on here and you can speak to him.
We was talking about fucking minges smelling like fucking tuna and cock smelling like bags of fucking prawn cocktail skips. Someone fucking, by the time before we went to bed, fucking a thing turned up. I thought, what the fuck's that? I ain't ordered nothing. I opened it, it's got 3 tins of tuna in it.
Oh my God. Right, now we need to get back. You see how they're shook, Brian? It's not no joke, you know.
Yeah. I know it ain't a joke, man. Like, what they've done is serious, and I know, like, I go on YouTube and have a shout and a scream and have a laugh about it all, but this is actually serious, and, you know,
something's obviously bothering them, because that was crazy. That's just a madness. But anyway, let's get back to the cocaine now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The news of the world put the headlines, and even I remember the headlines about you hired a hitman. Right, those were the exact words that they put on the news of the world. Yeah, you hired a hitman. Right.
But so the reality is that this geezer was introduced to me through Reese, who's now dead, at the Fairways pub whilst watching a fucking Arsenal game, and he rang me and said, "I've got this geezer here." He said he'd do a statement for you. Is that any good to you? And I said, like, yeah, right, who is it and that? And he tells me, like, this geezer had an affair with Natasha. And then obviously that's when, you know, things went a bit shaky with me and Reese, because inside I thought, like, what you knew.
But Bri,
because this was years prior. By the time he told me, that was in 2002. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, me and Natasha had been done a long time by then.
Right, but when I need to stick to the facts of the right. I need to stick to the facts, right? Because the thing is you've got the right. So then this
newspaper said I hired a hitman.
Yeah, right, and this
sexually degrade my wife to win a court battle.
Right. So there, and the civil court judge has attached was it a 96-day?
56-day is it says it's I've got it here. Hang on, I just had it in my hand a minute ago. It says power of arrest on there, doesn't it? Hang on. Okay.
Because it's as obvious can be. The judge would have been in the know about the news. Basically, he's given the news of the world, like, they've set you up and then you've gone to prison, right? And the thing is, you went to prison for something that you didn't even get done for in the end.
The judges put me in prison for 56 days for breach of a non-molestation order within the family court.
But there was no break because...
Wait. But then, a year later, I've got the criminal trial for this alleged supply and possession of cocaine, right?
And it was not... It weren't even a grey.
Coming up for... Hang on. I've got the criminal trial for that coming up in a year. After that, I get not guilty. Remember the news?
And the judge said there's no stain on Mr. Harvey. Character. Right.
Yeah. So I get not guilty for something a year later that they're saying...
You'd already been in prison for.
I've already been in prison for breaching a non-molestation order, but I've got not guilty for that whole event.
Right, and
so
also...
Even the 56 days didn't turn out to be 56
days. Also, within that time, Brian... Within that time, you'd been a victim of someone tried to fucking kill you. He's got a big chop in his head. No word of it like that. I've seen it, right?
Just before all of that.
Right.
Before all that.
And
November
whilst
2001, I think it was.
whilst in prison, yeah, you had the prison officers come to you and say the police want to come to interview you, yeah? And they wanted to come and interview you and you to do an ID parade, yeah? Right. Now, number one...
6 o'clock in the morning, they told me late afternoon when we finished like working and that, right? Because I was doing I was like an orderly in there. My prison number was JM4393, and I was in there, and it was late afternoon, and an officer came to me and he's one of the screws, and he said a couple of officers want to come down from Nottingham to March to do a video line-up for the attack or whatever, and I said, yeah, tell them not to come in there, I don't want to do it while I'm in there, and that was my final word. And then 6 o'clock the next morning,
right, there's Michael Duff ringing me now, hang on, he's gonna, this is ridiculous, no, they're panicking, Brian, do you want, hang on,
do you want me to block him?
Yeah, block him, please. This is you see what I'm saying, people? Like this is nuts, man. Because I'm telling you now, like,
This author may traffic in the shadow.
I know they don't let.
They're not letting
Right.
This information.
Turn your phone off quick. Have you got Facebook on here?
Yeah, but it's not. Right.
See what starts happening though when we start hitting the
I know this is panic. This is what you call panic. This is what you call fucking panic.
Yeah.
Oh, like right. I need to. Right. I see. Look, it's not giving me a chance to block. This is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. This is just fucking ridiculous. It's Michael Duff now, not Chantel Duff. Michael Duff. No, you see.
Is that what they're doing? Like, have they not got anything better to do?
No, they're just trying to fuck up my
Right,
Brian
go
stream.
to bed. Go to bed.
Right, Lou, shush. Yes, I'm live. Oh, this is. No. Right, well, my daughter's here. Everyone knows that now. But I don't know. If
Well, I'm not a boy anyway.
right, get your WhatsApp.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Do you want to ring my daughter's phone, Brian? Because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, but how are you gonna do the number thing like because you're live?
I know. Sorry about this, but people need to see what's fucking. Look, this is just
You're
fucking.
welcome to ring my phone. I don't mind.
Yeah, but how are you going to send a number?
No, you can't say it, can you?
These people are just fucking. I need to learn. I don't know how to block because he's not giving me a chance to block.
I don't know. Fucking I'm shit with Facebook. I don't know.
You see what I've done? Like, this is ridiculous.
Mum, have you got Facebook on your...
Yes,
I'm quicker than you anyway. Come on, let me do it.
oh my god, this is ridiculous. Like, wow.
Is it coming out the phone that you got me on?
Yes. I need to get onto Messenger, Michael Duff, and then block.
Can't you sign out of Facebook on that phone? And then it won't happen, will it? If you're not signed
No, I think it's still down. Ah, just stop notifications, I'm sure. I will.
This is Brian. Never. This is blatant now. This is getting like.
Oh, do not disturb. Yeah, do not disturb. They shouldn't be able to now.
Right. Okay.
I hope so.
Well, remember that function because you're going to get more of it.
Yeah. No, but this is just blatant, and but I ain't been put off, right? Because I know exactly where we were. I think.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Right. But right. Wait. Right.
I've hired a hitman.
Right, yeah, you've hired a hitman, and they basically they said that you give Zorba a camera, cash, and
cocaine.
an half a gram of cocaine. Literally, that's what it weren't even half a gram.
I can't be sure on what they're saying.
Yeah, because there's different. Right. Now,
There's different weight wraps. We're all over the place, and there's different colour wraps, and none of it.
there was one wrap, Brian. There was one wrap. Yeah, but what is very interesting is you admitted giving Zorba the camera and the cash.
Yeah, I didn't give him cocaine.
Where did your fingerprints go? Because there was no fingerprints found on the cash and the cocaine. Right, right. Number one. So that.
Even that alone shows you that none of it's legitimate because no protocols have been followed because it's bullshit.
Well, but the chain of custody.
My lack of knowledge. or my
Yeah,
lack of
definitely,
knowledge of how that
definitely.
works.
Because the chain of custody, when something is taken in as an exhibit, yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be seized by the police.
Yeah.
Because if it's not seized by the police, it means it's been open to be tampered with. But not only was this wrap of cocaine not seized by the police did not come and pick it up according to them, yeah, till a month later.
A month later.
A month later. And
A month later.
yeah, and then Jack Chuddy, who'd had it in his house for over a month, who took it, and I want to stress this, he took it to his place of work to thingy it, to test it, analyse it. Why did he then bring it back home with him? Right? How can, you know, you brought it back from your place of work, yeah, and you've literally put it in the junk drawer.
Yeah.
Right? Then, the police, month later,
Over a month later.
go and pick up this said wrap of cocaine that was being used to put you in prison, Brian. Yeah? It was being used. This wrap of cocaine was being used to put you in prison. Right?
Yeah. That's from Jack Chuddy at Mulcahy Science.
Right. And then whilst you was in prison, you've had basically the police, the officers come to you, say the police want to see you. You've basically refused, which is within every prisoner's right, right?
And that was for me to be doing a video.
Right? No, yeah, but I'm just stressing that is it is every prisoner's right.
Yeah.
You do not have to see the police in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a criminal matter. But it wasn't a criminal matter.
I did tell them no.
Right, so then 6 o'clock in the morning, and people who ain't been jailed don't understand how it works. Like it's not like you can't just walk around willy nilly. You can't, right? And 6 o'clock in the morning is ridiculous. Yeah, it's just ridiculous upon ridiculous. You've had
It's all been made.
Right, then you've been pulled out of bed 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, you've gone to ID this guy. Did you ID him?
There was 2 videotapes, and I leant forward and rewound one of them, and they used that against me.
Right,
You can't do
right.
that. I said,
So,
to get a proper look.
because if they've denied you getting money from the Criminal Industries Board, which you was entitled to because you nearly lost your fucking life.
Yeah, they got the colour picture signed
Right.
by professional photographer Steve Wald, all sent in on time, and I got a complete knockback. I was in the top bracket, man, and I got nothing again.
Right, because they said that
Injuries Compensation Authority, Glasgow, Tay House. I remember the fucking name of the place.
right, and do you know what? It makes me so angry because they've so just took the fucking piss.
I'm just getting walked over. Just completely getting walked over.
Like and the thing is, the thing is the collusion between the police and the News of the World, right, is so obvious in this case. It's ridiculous, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. But you know, and when you've had DCI, who's then gone on to become some fucking pastor, and now he's a theological fucking bullshit.
He starts off in 2002 as DS Werrett, right? And then he goes from that to DCI Werrett, and then he's the head of the
crime directorate
for Essex Police. He must have had something to do with Barrymore's thing as well then at the time.
Listen, Barrymore, that's you know my opinion on that.
They send me his lawyer to find out what I know, because it is to do with Werrett and that.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, you've had all these hotshot lawyers, I mean, it's like they just think it's happy days and do what they want to you. To be quite honest with you, that's what it seems to me.
McClinley, his name was Barrymore's lawyer, and then he turns up on behalf of one one of the hackers, Graham Johnson, who claimed to be helping me through Hacked Off, turned out to be bollocks. He gets me Damien McClinley, who rings me, says I'm Barrymore's lawyer, and then tries to give me some information about Robert Kellaway, who hacked me, setting up Barrymore. It's like, what's going on here? And then if Simon Werrick was head of the serious crime directorate for Essex police were what done the Barrymore thing.
And what year was what year was Barrymore?
I'm not sure, but Werrick would have been serious crime directorate during that time, I guarantee.
But what time was it around? Was it around the time of Millie? Like
2004 or something.
Right. Well,
was it? I'm not sure. Or something like that. It could have been earlier.
But John Wedger, he said he was doing private surveillance work on Michael Barrymore.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah, it's but there was 100%.
Lou Dickens said that as well. Lou Dickens said that.
Oh, did she? Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm sure she said that.
But yeah, but it wasn't a big. It wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret. It was, but that's the reason John gave that. The police were chasing him because he was taking photos of the kids in the playground. But he said he was taking a picture of this guy to prove to Jeanette and Dan that he wasn't. It's just
someone
fucking
was following.
Yeah. And it's
no, that don't sound good.
No,
they were taking one of them pictures that you sent to someone's parents, going, "Yeah, look, we know where your kid goes to school." They got caught doing it, and then he had to run away, didn't he?
And as he was running away, he rang Lou Dickens, and he was saying to her, look, I'm running from the police because of. And I did say to her at the time, well, considering his best mate's just been done for abduction of a child, do you not think that that's something you should be telling the police? To be quite honest with you, I'm not going to lie, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't through my hatred of John or anything like that. It was just it's obvious. Like, you know, his best friend has just been arrested for abducting a child, right? Wilfred Wong. And I said to Lou, do you not think it would be a good idea, because I'm not being funny, why was John taking pictures of outside the school playground? And the parents called
that story anyway, but is that the appropriate way to go about things when John does food drops with Batman jelly? He's supposed to be keeping kids company.
It's because 100% he was doing the job. And Lou Dickens even spoke to Camilla Batman Jelly about the charity that they was going to start up.
And what, she was going to start a charity up with her?
Yeah, they was doing it through she was doing it through the John Wedger Foundation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Didn't you know that? That's what I was saying.
I didn't know that. No, I
yeah.
Didn't know that. I don't, you know what I'm like sometimes. I hear
yeah, I know. I do that a lot as well, Brian.
I'll go in and out, but I'm trying.
But you know what? Sometimes, like the other day, I thought, I wanted to bring this up as well. Jenny Grace brought this guy Mark Watts to my house, right?
Yeah, Exaro. That's Exaro.
Yeah.
Both Andrew and what's his face have gone through that.
Cole Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, Cole Beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Watts come here, and something just triggered me the other day. I was watching a documentary, and someone says about the word organic, and it come to me, right? We were sitting in my garden, and Mark Watts was asking me how I met John.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, was it organic? Like,
oh, it happened organically.
It happened organically. And when I think back...
To say, well, if it didn't happen organically...
Yeah, but how else is it meant to happen then?
Well, it was meant to be, if not, it was going to be false.
But that really, like, that come back to me, and it's like, fuck. Like, you know, there's things that you store in your head, and then something and you jump out at you.
I reckon they was on you because of the mention of you being in Melanie Klein House, because I know I used to hear Chris Fay bring that place up all the time, Bill Maloney, and obviously they're both friends of Wedger. Friends of Wedger.
But that is a real, I mean, Melanie Klein existed, it was a home, that's a real story. But then why
they've got, like, probably on you, because you went there, and you'd be the type of person that would sort of, you know, might know about the place, you know what I mean, what it's about, and so therefore they're, you know what I mean.
Do you know what? If I knew anything, Brian, if I'd known anything, I would have said, you know, it's still to this day, like kind of baffles me how all this can be going on and you don't know nothing. And I knew not even an inkling, never even had an inkling. And it's mad because it sounds like I'm lying and it's like I'm not. I swear to God, I never got touched. I kind of like I had a good time.
Yeah, but you weren't probably went through them days and that. You weren't all victim mentality.
No,
The
yeah,
ones
no,
that
yeah.
were, you know what I'm saying? That, like you weren't victim, but you had some.
But also,
street in you, you know what I mean?
also as well, I was still in touch with my parents, and my parents, it weren't that they didn't really.
You weren't cast off on your own in the world.
No,
victim
no,
mentality, you know
no,
what I mean?
and
They're the ones that.
and the thing is, when there was a secure unit there, yeah, and if they ever wanted to put me in secure unit, they had to contact my parents, right?
Yeah.
And the secure unit is where it all took place.
All right. Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy. And I was in another place, Cumberlow Lodge, and it's like, how the fuck? Like but it's kind of like you've been around. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you've been around fucking. It seems like you've been around sadistic paedophiles none all your life, Brian.
I fucking met them all, man. Like, you know, but you're not. You don't know this at the time. You know, I knew something was wrong. I've been at enough record company dues to see, you know, so I remember one place, there was this geezer, I think his name was Oberstein or something, this old fucking thing from America that everyone was dribbling over. And he was this old fucking American geezer with this big 10-gallon hat on and that, and he sat and everyone's going, yeah, that's Oberstein over there. I'm like, who the fuck's this bloke? I don't know nothing about him. But, you know, if you look online and that, you'll see it's all underworld mafia. You know, these people, like, you know, some of these ones, they look plasticky, don't look right. Like,
Yeah.
He was a strange one. I knew back then, and that was early days. Like, this place is full of wonkies, you know what I mean? I'm not like these people, but they all seem to fucking like me, you know what I mean?
Well, to be quite honest with you, like, there seems to have been a lot of time and effort gone into trying to destroy you, Brian.
There has been, but then for someone like me to come out with that, it looks like, oh, he's just fucking lost the plot, he's just sniffed too much gear.
Oh, no.
Mentality, no, I get it, because we've all done it, but in this case, it's really serious, and I cannot believe what has been done to me. Like, it's 20 years later, I cannot believe what's been done to me. I'm like, I don't know what's real now. I don't know.
But all the interactions you've had so much interaction, right, with the police, and I'll just put my fingers up then. It's for me. I'm just flabbergasted because let's talk about the But Brian, let's talk about them taking your computers. And that day you had
Which time?
But when you had what you thought was tactical firearms unit turn up.
Right, that was the first time, and that was Ian Puddick.
Right,
That was on the 22nd of November, 2017, and the 22nd of November, I just want to point out, is the date that Levi Belfield gets arrested, and that's relevant because of Millie being at the same time as me, and all of these people in and around this all knowing each other, i.e. Puddick, you know, Murdoch, News of the World, Neil Wallace, he knows them all. Everyone knows everyone. Richard Mallett, you know, Bill Maloney. They clearly all know one another.
Richard Mallett as well. He's another. Like, he was putting in for your claims. He was, you know, and
he knew in 2002 what they'd done to me, because on his summing up, you see what he says. The word on the street is that the News of the World know they set BH up. They won't want to disclose how they obtained this information, medical details, personal details, telephone numbers, etc. Rebecca Wade, Brooks, now known as Brooks, does not want to be called to court, very unhappy about the way the case is handled. So they all know what they've done to me. It's quite clear, even Mallet knew. and
Yeah.
he's held back the number off the Mulcare notes.
And
10
you
years
put in a
later.
complaint against Richard Malik, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
To the Solicitors Regulation Authority, and
And-
they came back to me. I've got the letter here in this bundle.
And it come back to you, and they said, basically, because Richard
With
Malik...
him and Mark Lewis, the Dallas
Right.
solicitor, because they both had the Kellaway information, right? And it was relevant, and no one done nothing. So I went to the Solicitors Regulation Authority and reported both Mark Lewis and Richard Malik. And the Solicitors Regulation Authority came back to me saying, thank you for your information regarding Mr. Malik and Mr. Lewis. Unfortunately, we can't do anything because there's already an ongoing case regarding Mr. Malik and also looking into Mark Lewis. But your stuff will be kept on file or some shit like that. But it's very strange even the way they responded to me, like, you know, we're not going to do
Right.
nothing.
So basically, Brian, they've wrote back to you and said, because Richard Malik is under investigation, we're not interested in what you've got to say. Now, when you break it down like that, Brian, if someone is investigating somebody, yeah, sure,
all the information.
right, you want all the information, especially from people who have valid complaints, like it, and it's and then that Richard Malik ended up getting done for fraud. Well, two people.
And here's the other thing. Now, when the tactical firearms turn up and take my computers,
Right.
for Ian Puddick, that happens on the 22nd of November, and a month prior to that, Malik gets convicted of his fraud.
Right.
And don't forget, it's Ian Puddick who also funded the Andrew Ash scenario, and Andrew Ash brings up Richard Malik's name in the list. So you telling me they don't all know one another and been playing games with me? They've been fucking...
We're going off topic again, no, Bri. We're going off topic again because we want to keep it. I want to keep it wet with the collusion between collusion between the News of the World and the police. Yeah. Because they, even if they were fake police, they had to have real police to oversee that operation. There was, and right. So for me, so for me, yeah, going for the police, because there are the chain of custody of the cocaine, which was just, it went through about 4 or 5 different people before it got to the police. It was just fucking ridiculous. There was different amounts, and it was 0.0. I mean, it was.
You've got a half a gram of cocaine. You've got a 0.69 grams. You've got a 229 milligrams and a 339 milligrams.
Right.
And you've also got a white paper packet. You've got a single coloured magazine wrap, and you've got a magazine wrap.
And I just want to point out again that this was the evidence that was being used to put you in prison. This is what's happened to the evidence that was being used to put Brian in prison, right?
That's basically it. Yeah, this is what has happened to the evidence that's being used to
right. And then at the end of it all, the cocaine got lost.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing for me, and I still find it hilarious, a police officer has wrote, he filed it under miscellaneous.
Yeah.
Now.
I wouldn't know. What they do with shit like that.
Nothing gets filed under miscellaneous where the police are concerned. Are you fucking right? Brian, everything is bagged up evidence. Like, if something's being used as an exhibit in court, it is bagged in a separate bag to everything, so it can't be cross-contaminated. It's serious shit. And there is no deviation.
Which deals with that, or chain of continuity or something.
Right. Yeah. But there is no deviation from that, right? It is exactly how it goes. Yeah, trust me.
There's no case. If not, there's no
Right.
case.
Well, the case gets thrown out before it even goes anywhere. It's just ridiculous, and they like.
Well, the case is contaminated, isn't it? Then.
Well, it could have been tampered with. It could have been like,
Yeah.
and then filed under.
Right. Don't forget the police have gone and picked it up from some geezer, right? Who's the news of the world's forensic? He's the news of the world's drug dealer in short. And the police have gone to pick it up from this geezer. Over a month later, right? Then this geezer, this copper, has changed his statement a year later. Before we're going to court, I've noticed, right? And he said he's picked up a white paper packet. Then he's tried to swing it a year
Miss,
later.
go away.
No, I took a single coloured wrap in a single coloured packet, so he's leaving it open to interpretation. No, that was the wrap, but I said the envelope it was in was white. No, you fucked up there as well. They fucked up big time.
Right? Can anybody see how this is getting? How this is absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
And
I've got his story change. You got one. It's a year later. I've got it, Nick. I've got all the police witness statements.
The fact is that you spent 56 days in jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
You spent 56 days in jail, and when you was in jail.
How does that work? Because I've heard when it's a civil case, you do the full time, which should be 56 days, but I've done a month.
Brian, I don't know how they managed to get you in prison, but you was imprisoned illegally, 100%.
I've been fucking. They just ruined me. Someone has been destroying me, and that sounds like a conspiracy theory. But when you got all the paperwork for it.
No, I've seen the paperwork.
No one wants to talk about it. I can't get a lawyer for love nor money. Anyone I give it to is blown away by it, but can't do anything for me.
But like I said, do you know what? When I come down on Wednesday, we're going to condense it, right? Because,
yeah,
Brian, you've got so much evidence. It would overwhelm anybody, right? It would overwhelm.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah. So you.
I can't understand how I can be in this pop band, sell all these records, everyone wants to know, but now I've been wronged. It's 20 years later, I've had the evidence sitting there.
Miss, stop it!
For 10 years, and no one can do nothing. I just don't understand this world. I don't understand it.
Hang on, just let me get my dogs out. 1 minute, Brian. 1 minute.
Ringing up just now on your phone when we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like it's all the time, and it's like, what is the problem here? Right, I've got set up, and you want to stop me from proving it because obviously a lot of heads are going to roll, but that's not my fault. I'm the fucking victim here.
Well, like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Look at earlier on with it. Like, they don't want that. I think they must have been listening to our phone call beforehand, Brian. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was panic. But it was coming up under Chantel Duff and Michael Duff.
Yeah.
Look, Chantel Duff was the first one, and then Michael Duff was the second one. Like, what? You know, but the bottom line is, ain't gonna. What's that gonna do? Just inconvenience us for a little while. That's all.
I need to bring, like you said, right? It's the police. I mean, I've even gone to Scotland Yard, and they called the police on me. I mean, how ridiculous! I know I was shouting and screaming, but it was out of frustration because
I know.
How long this has been going on for?
But that just gives them ammo, Brian. That just gives them.
I know it does. I know I'm having a whole mental mind game played out on me, hoping I'm going to go a certain way, and then I fuck it all for myself. But I see that tactic, what they're playing on me, and so I'm sticking to facts. You know, I've got theories on things, but that's not the point here. The point is sticking to the facts for me. That's why I don't get too involved sometimes when we go off on things. I'd like to, but it'll get used against me. Like that's my belief when I'm right.
I totally understand that, Brian. I totally get that.
I know you do.
I totally get that. But
you always say that. You get that. You know what I mean? I always hear you say that. I know you always say. You know, you can go anywhere. I've got to stick to the facts.
No, yeah, I don't have to.
You can see the press now. He believes the fucking world's flat. And all
Yeah.
this. Like, no, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't try and do that.
Yeah.
I've got you here in black and white, and the police have done nothing about it. But this doesn't just extend to the police. That what I've noticed is this extends to all help. Yeah, this extends to
I think it's to do with the Masons as well.
I've got the same fucking doctor, right? The same consultant. He saw me 20 years ago. He done nothing for me. Any help that I've given, I've done myself.
Brian, change your doctor. Change your consultant. Ask for a different
He's a
consultant.
top consultant in Waltham Forest.
But you had top solicitors. You had top solicitors.
No, you're going to
The thing is I've lost faith in any of them. I don't want to go to anyone else. I don't want to talk to them because I ain't got no faith in them, and I can't, like, it's impossible to do this on my own. I need to look at my shit and go, this is blah blah blah, we're putting this through, this is a complete fucking injustice against your human rights. They've done this to you while you've been in prison. You shouldn't have been in prison in the first place. You've been in prison but you got not guilty. No one's compensated you. The police have been coming round.
And Zorba, you've got receipt. Zorba got paid, didn't he? £20,000.
Yeah, I've got 2 receipts here for like 7,500 each. I think it worked out to 15 in the end, but nevertheless, it's
So 50
made money off me.
Right.
Stepped me up, made money off me, killed me mate, and left me fucked on benefits, all because I see fucking Prince Andrew in the fucking Red Rooms. Fuck's sake, man.
It's
all because Tom Watkins knows Esther Ranson and Childline, all that shit's a scam, and they're just homing in on all the, and I know that, and this is what you get for it. This is what you get for it. It's a massive paedophile ring. It goes right to the top. You know, people like my manager knew people like Prince Andrew. I don't. It'd be like, oh, look, it's Prince Andrew.
And Camilla Batman Jelly.
Even though he's a paedophile, even if you saw him now, you'd be like, oh, look, that's Prince Andrew. And still look at him like he's still up there because he's Prince Andrew. Like, you wouldn't be able to help it because it's just someone...
I wouldn't have that reaction.
Of course you call him a nonce, but there'd still be a bit of you that goes, oh, look, that's Prince Andrew. There is a bit of you that...
Yeah, I suppose so, because when I worked in Soho, we, you know, Prince Edward, he was in the theatre. He was in the theatre. Now, don't let her in. They can hear her. God.
That has to be the only reason why they've watched me all my life and done this setting up. It's been for a higher purpose. And, you know, Watkins, I found out what he was about and what he'd done to the band member. And that's why, do you know what I mean? I ain't going to go running out there going, oh, the band member, because it's Watkins, mate. It's Watkins. And then Watkins is in with all these Mazen Mahmoods and Rebecca Brooks. And
of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is.
They'll know each other. You know Savile, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? What more do you want? I've had these people around me, not Savile, but people directly connected to these people in this ring. And you heard Daniela, they wanted me in that ring.
Oh, I've no doubt. You got way fared off, mate.
Right, well, you can see, like you said yourself, that's why I like your opinion on things, because, you know, that I'm thinking, like, why'd that cunt fucking say that when we're sitting on the word? Why are you coming out with, oh yeah, well, I've slept with them all.
Oh, but yeah.
No, hang on, look in his book, Let's Make Lots of Money, yeah, and you'll see that I made a joke there. Obviously, none of it was true. Well, you fucking should have said that at the time, but he didn't say that at the time, because I didn't know the world around me, and that was us being sold. Like, he
basically was saying that he's broke you all in, basically. That's what
he's like, yeah. And because he knows you're not going to argue back, you're new to the fucking scene, you're sitting there as a kid, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? You're sitting on TV, like, you're nervous, you know what I'm saying? And then someone does something like that, and you think, what the fuck? My fucking parents are watching this, and you think, you fucking cunt. I had the fucking right hump about that, man. But at the time, you just have to laugh it off because you think, oh, you fucking cunt. You know what I mean? But you laugh it off. That's what you had to do. But there was a dig going on there. You know what I mean? There was a dig going on there also with Danny Bear. Like, we know what was going on there. And because they couldn't control me, and I was the voice of the band in the end, whether anyone liked it or not, I become a danger over the once I started putting things together, then it was a matter of time. Like, he's a bit thick, like, he ain't clocking, like, he's not clocking, and I weren't. But I see it all now.
Yeah.
I see it all now, and towards the end of it, because of what was going on, and that's why I haven't gone in on the band member, because
do you know what? I admire your loyalty. I really admire your loyalty, Brian. Really admire it, because you've got more restraint than me. Because they don't deserve your loyalty. They really don't.
No,
yeah.
I need the truth. I'm not about just like getting people because I've got the umbrella.
Yeah.
This is serious. It's not something I can get wrong, you know what I mean? And this goes even deeper than this. This goes on before he's 17. There's more, man, before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. And when I look back over the whole thing now, it's like, fuck, man. So, like, because I ain't played ball, and Daniela's give it away, we wanted him in that circle. Yeah. Well, they knew that was never going to fucking happen. Not that even anyone's said, oh, do you want to be in that circle? You got to be a paedophile, though. Like,
No, but Brian, listen.
They would have drugged me and set me up at some point. You know what I mean? That's what was coming from me.
You was going to get on the hot dog stand. You was going to be on the Hawaiian hot dog.
Yeah, but do you know what, Nick? The difference is, if that would have happened to me, I'd be sitting here now saying to you, that cunt raped me, he drugged me, and he raped me, and he done this.
But it's not even all that.
I would fucking tell everyone.
Some people find themselves like they get drugged, and then it looks like they're doing mad shit with kids, and
then that ain't your fault. I've got enough common sense to know that way. That wouldn't have been my fault. I'm gonna say something. Fuck you, cunt. I'm gonna say something. It's the only way to get you back. You're gonna wish you never done that now, mate.
Yeah, and I think that's why in the end, Brian. But that's why in the end, they saw that, and that's why you had to go, and that's why you had to go. I'm not gonna lie.
It makes sense to me now. That makes complete sense to me. Like, I can't have him about. I get it.
And also as well, it was used to I mean, people. Like, after that Leah Betts thing, which I believe is a psyop, not going to lie, 100% believe that's a psyop now.
I'm starting to believe you're right on that.
Right, 100% it was. 100%. And you know what? You was one who showed me, and it makes so much sense. The alcohol industry was suffering. And I mean, they were suffering because no one was drinking alcohol anymore. I mean, you got... But when he's first...
I didn't realise how big a deal that was. I didn't realise.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, it does make sense. Like, I mean, you're talking about people like the Guinness family and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, Tom was in with that geezer. I think he was in with that. One of them two politicians. What was their names? The one that stood up and spoke in Parliament and went, "I spoke to a 12-year-old girl this afternoone." And I thought, did you, cunt? And she'll be taking down the posters of East 17. And it was him and another bloke that done this. It was them and their mates of Tom's.
Yeah, I'm sure Tom had lots of mates, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, man, I got fucking used as the, ecstasy.
But then after that, but then that wasn't the end of your career, Brian, because I don't think a lot of people realise.
I came back from that.
You went to America. You went to America, yeah? And you recorded a tune with Wycliffe Jean. Yeah?
Yeah, I done too.
Now, you was out there when 9/11 happened, yeah?
Yeah.
Please tell the people.
That was the second time.
Please tell the people what.
When I get back from there, Nick, that's when I get done in the head with a machete.
Right. So, like, tell the people what that guy said, who said you go up to the restaurant. It's an amazing view. Go.
Sort of mid to late afternoon, the day before 9/11, and the planes crashing into it and that. We was going to a pastrami bar with the head of A&R, and we was walking down the main road, down in New York. There was me, the head of A&R, my dad and my brother, because they came over there with me on the second one, and we're walking down this pastrami bar, and the head of A&R says to me, "Oh, why don't you go up to? You should have breakfast up at the thing tomorrow. Beautiful views up there, amazing. We're up there about 8 o'clock, 8:30. Beautiful, amazing sunrise up there and that." And I'm looking at my old man and my brother going, "Yeah, maybe, innit? Yeah, might do. Got to go out there at some point." And we're seriously considering it. Then we went to a pastrami bar. And I said, "I ain't going to like that." He went, "No, try it." I tried it. I was like, "No, I don't like that." And then the next day, I got woke up because there was 3 beds in the hotel room. I was in the middle one. And I woke up, I had the cover over my head, and I heard my old man coming in the door saying, "Quick, put the telly on, something's happened. Because he went and got some free coffees on the lower floor. Come on. I said, "Something's happened, put the telly on." And I sat up and that, and then It was all over the news about what's just happened. And then we watched the second one happen.
And also, as well, I say, you was going to be signed with Death Row. And
Yeah, I was signing,
right,
signing with Death Row
and
Records.
Brian said to me, right now, I'm not gonna lie, he had to be 1 in a million, because what pop star, right, is gonna turn down being signed by Death Row? But Brian said to me from the office, said, Nick, I wasn't comfortable with it. Like, he's riding in. He was riding in limos with a guy who's saying he killed Tupac and shit. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what was put to me.
Right.
Allegedly, yeah.
And being in the presence of people like Clive Davis, that's gonna make someone's head spin like a motherfucker. But no, not Brian. Brian just wanted to come home. Yeah.
I stood next to him in the nightclub. Wycliffe was playing, and he drove there in a convertible white Rolls Royce, and he was blaring the tune that we just made in the studio.
Rolls Royce. Did you just say Rolls Royce?
Yeah, it might have been a Bentley though. I think it was a Bentley, to be fair.
I was going to say, these people seem to love Rolls Royces, don't they?
Man, some big ass white Bentley, like it was sick, you know what I mean? Roof was down, he had the tune playing from the studio, and he was like, okay man, he had a couple of people in the motor, and then I said, like, we'll see you at the club and that. We went there, I can't remember how we got there. Well, obviously got a lift through someone, I can't fucking remember who. And we got there, and I remember standing by the stage and that, on that, it was like a nightclub thing, and yeah, he was on stage and I was to the side. And I thought, I wonder if he's going to pass me the mic again like he did when I just met him in front of 100,000 people. Music went off, give me the mic, and then I just went with it, man. And I must have passed because, you know what I mean, we ended up making 2 tunes. So, but yeah, that night I was standing next to Clive Davis and I'm thinking, Mars, man, this geezer's like shiny and rubbery and that don't look right. You know what I mean? Like a bit air transplant-y, like type.
And boxing off that adrenochrome, I've no doubt, because he's another. He looks like he's
I
had.
just weren't comfortable, man. It was all out. I'm in a hotel room at the end of that night, and Wycliffe had a few other groups in that gang as well, and he was saying, you know what I mean, everyone in this room now is refugee family, and it was like, oh fuck, I don't know how I got here, but I'm fucking in there, you know what I mean, raised glass and all that shit, and but I didn't know where it was going, but I don't know, man. There was a bit of me going, I'm not sure, man.
I've just realised the TV's been on the whole time. I've just realised that.
You know, if you'd have got me 10 years earlier and that, I could have fucking gone out or gangstered it off and that, thought I was a bad man, you know what I mean? But, yeah, because you know what I mean, you'd have got me at the right time then, think like, yeah man, fuck, you know what, I can work with Jodeci. What? Fuck it, I'd have gone with it, mate. I'll tell you, I'd have gone with it. But years later, you know, you change and you go through shit, and I've been married and things got, you know what I mean, it was just, it was just a bad time. It was just a bad time. Yeah, it's a learning curve, though. I know now. But from all of this, I've learned the world. But I now need to learn again because I don't know what the fuck to do. I've got all this evidence. I go to Scotland Yard. They're going to call the police on me.
No, you don't go to Scotland Yard. You don't go to Scotland Yard, right? You don't go to Scotland Yard. That's the thing, Brian. You don't be predictable. Yeah, like what I can say is you're best off to just pick a solicitor from anywhere and just go in and say, look, I've had a miscarriage of justice where the police are concerned, yeah, and you did, and Richard Mallet as well, because you'll be able to get in. There's no problem. There's no way you won't be able.
It's all legitimate stuff, man.
Right, exactly. And what's happened to you, Brian, is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, because when you requested your paperwork before, they redacted the judge's name. Why do you think they done that?
Yeah, they did. I did get a bundle sent to me.
But why do you think they done that? I
know, yeah, it makes there is no other answer, is there, Nick?
Right, why is a family court judge's name being redacted? A family court.
Yeah, it's all done based on my lack of knowledge of how it all works.
And I also want to say as well, like
no understanding whatsoever. I was going into no man's land, getting nicked, ending up in courts.
You didn't end up you only ended up in court one time, Brian. Right, all the other times when Paddock had your computer taken, it didn't end up. You didn't end up going into the court. It was literally thrown out before.
Yeah, well, it went magistrates, but it didn't go to the point of me fighting it and going crying and all that.
Right. So, you know, there is
times as well, both times on Puddick's time, and then Andrew Guyan, who's very in with Puddick on the time when he chose to do it, and that's when Sweeting and the whole. I mean that once again, there's more brilliant footage there. You've got, you know, there's a good 10 officers that you can see. And they got riot gear and grinders and gas bottles, and someone would have had to have signed all of that out, and they didn't have a warrant. So I just don't understand how.
Yeah, I was like, what? They go B&Q on the way, like.
Yeah, I just don't understand how this is taking place. And you come on the wind up, you've just got me out of bed, and then it's like, come on, Brian, come on, Brian, come on, Brian. It's I just woke up. Like there's no. This is being done on purpose and being tortured into the fucking trodden into the ground until it's like making.
And it is very well documented.
Can't take no more.
But it's very well documented that you've got mental health issues.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they're lawless, mate. They don't give a fuck. It's like they won't get me. You know what I mean? No.
Like they don't give a. They didn't give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie. It seemed to me like it was like they felt like they could do whatever they wanted to you. Not now, Brian.
But a lot's changed.
Yes, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. And the bottom line. And let's talk about John Wedger as well. Right?
Yeah.
Now, John Wedger at the time when John Wedger was dealing with you, basically, right?
Yeah.
He, according to his own words, was an active police officer, right?
Yeah.
Now.
And that's how I understood him to be as well.
Right, because you was told that he was an active police officer. Right, now, Brian, this Andrew Ash turnout, right? John Wedger was one of the. He was one of the first people. He took you. Did he take you down to Bill Maloney or like? But basically,
what happens is I contact Bill Maloney on YouTube. He messages me back on YouTube. I put on a message, an open message. And a guy called Bradley Knight who says, wow, underneath it. He says, message me back, links in the description, emails in the description. So I email him. That's how we get each other's number.
Right.
For next minute, we're talking to each other on the phone. I'm saying to him, like, no, fucking what you're doing is brilliant, mate, honestly. And obviously I start telling him about my own situation and shit like that. And I think I'm talking to...
Someone who's
like, man, they're up in their faces. This is how we need to be with this shit. Like, this geezer ain't taking no shit. And I thought I respected it.
Yeah, same as me.
I did, man. I thought wicked. Even my dad was there and saying, not right with that geezer. And it's like, how comes everyone else can see it and fucking I can't?
No, it's because you wanted to believe in him. That's I totally get that.
I did want to believe in him.
But this was under Operation Fernbridge, right? Now, Operation Fernbridge is a fake operation. Number one, if there is a victim, okay, who is naming the high caliber names that Andrew Ash was naming, they do not send Bill Maloney to do the interview. Bill Maloney and Chris Fay, convicted fraudster. You honestly think that they are going to send someone like... Right, it was so planned. And then, when you come back from that trip, your house had been turned over.
Yeah, we had, yeah.
It's nuts. It's fucking just all nuts, man.
He was looking about as well. When I think back now, he's looking about as he was putting some of the bags down, looking up at the vents and that, like all digi. Like when I think back now, I'm like, you were doing that on purpose because I was already jarred up. I was already in the back of the motor. I had a moment, you know what I mean, where I thought, fuck, man, it was overwhelming me, you know what I mean?
But look, I mean, baby rape is enough to overwhelm anybody, Brian. Not gonna lie, you know that's the sort of shit that was being talked about.
Yeah, and it weren't just that; it was the involvement
of
the band member thing.
Yeah,
it was everything. It was like, why are they doing this? I know they're lying, but what is going on here? And I remember, and then I'm in the back, and I was in bits for a minute, like, you know what I mean, and then. Like near when we got home and it was dark, it was late at that point. Then I come back, my house has been turned upside down. Cut the electric blanket right up to the bit, man, where you couldn't fix it if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Try and blame it on the dogs. The Quran that was here, like mixed Quran. It was up on the speaker. Speaker had been pushed over on the floor. They tried to make it look like all the puppies got out and fucking, you know, it was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, mate.
It was a nightmare, but I can see it now. This is how they terrorise someone. You know, they've been in my house. They have been in my house. I don't know how they've done it.
Oh, I've no doubt that they have. I know they do.
Yeah, no, they have, man. They have.
And the mad thing is like, Brian's not a criminal. Like, you know, you was a pop star. You're not a fucking criminal.
Yeah, but it's over clearly what they know I'm going to put 2 and 2 together over, isn't it? That's clear.
Yeah.
What it is. He's going to put 2 and 2 together soon. And Bill Maloney knew what was coming up, you know what I mean, about Prince Andrew long before it happened. And that's why he keeps leaving out Ghislaine, but we're bringing up Robert.
But they knew it was going to come out because Prince Andrew was definitely one of the co-conspirators on the first Epstein case. You know, the one where he got the sweetheart deal.
100%. Yeah, and they would have the intel to know his name's coming up, and then that's when the spin in the UK starts. And what they've done is they've gone overboard with this satanic ritual abuse thing. Watched a lot of documentaries, took a lot of sayings, and have put it all together as an intelligence operation, and they've gone out and gone overboard with it all.
Well, but the bottom line is, Bri, that
so they want us to think, oh, this is all bollocks, I'm not listening to that. Why the world just carries on and these people still get away with it?
Yeah,
they've overhyped it. Anyone can see that this satanic ritual abuse, it doesn't go on in the way that they're talking about it. Like, they think people are going to be dancing about in the middle of a forest in hooded fucking things. Man, things would be done behind closed doors.
It is prevalent, but the reason why I don't even think a lot of the people that do it really believe, right?
Like, it clearly goes on, Nick, for them to have to use it to make it a bit bullshit. So it clearly happens. I'm not disputing that. But the way they're building
yeah, they make, yeah.
We're going to protect a kid that we know is going to be used in the fuck off.
Oh, you had, was it Jeanette Archer? They stuffed Jeanette Archer, but Jeanette Archer was saying, Jeanette Archer was saying that she had a red hot poker stuck up her. It's you know, it's like, that's a bit.
It sounds like shock factor. It sounds like shock factor shit, man. You wouldn't be. Someone stuck a red hot poker up you. You're going quiet for the rest of your life, mate.
Yeah, and you're definitely not going to go on to have kids.
No, fucking, you're joking.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
They just come out with this shit, and because they can stand there and front it, some believe it. You know, I did in the beginning. I wouldn't now. Not in a million years. Not even if I just come into it now, I'd be like, oh fuck, mate, this is a mess over there.
Do you know what they do as well? I don't know if you see that event 101 on COVID, yeah, and it was 2 years before and they was discussing how you would deal with a pandemic, with a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And what was my point of saying that then? Oh my God.
That things are planned out, you know what I mean? It is all planned out that way. There is an agenda, and that's what we have. That's we have trouble getting our heads around that. I know I do, but there's a reality to what they have done to me here, and I would love to get to the bottom of it. And I don't think that's going to happen, Brian, because it's been going on so long. A lot of people that would have been involved will be dead, near death. But I do think that. Listen, I can take it, man. Just tell me what it is. Like, what the fuck what have I done to deserve this?
But I think it probably started off as something that was to do with the custody battle with Tash.
I think you're right there.
Right.
I'll be honest.
It starts there.
Considering the old man is a Mason and they live in Surrey, and there's one lodge.
And there's not a lodge on every corner. It's not like there's a Freemason lodge on every corner.
Well, they're fucking all intelligence service in that one, isn't it? Yeah. So that tells you a lot. Makes sense. You know, they definitely got a route to intelligence services with me where they can fuck with me in a special way.
Yeah, but for me, they're not that intelligent, Brian, because we've unravelled it.
No, I know that. It's just a gang of people you don't know coming at you from different areas where you wouldn't really look twice. That's how I see it.
But there's been like a couple of people who've been trying to distract me, you know, like that Shiva Burton bird who was saying that like they're trying.
We've been getting it as well. That's what I'm saying,
trying to send a subliminal threat. You fucking idiot! Like, 220 is my favourite number.
The dog's open out in the morning.
I'd love for them to come and knock my door. You know, I would be so happy for them to come and knock my door. Seriously, I don't know. And it's like, what you think because you said 220, I'm going to be shook? You're fucking dumb. Yeah, and then that earlier on, that was ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. I don't even know what the fuck that was about.
It's just interfere with the chat by any means necessary.
No, but that's what you. That was a bit. I don't know, just desperate. That's what it seemed to me, desperate.
Yeah, because I think when we start getting back to, you know, what I should be doing now or how I go about doing it, my problem is if there's anyone out there listening and you're a criminal lawyer or criminal barrister, I need help with this. You know, if you look at the information I've got here and you say to me, yeah, no, mate, look, I'll be honest with you, there's not really anything here, but it's impossible.
Brian, you don't even need a shit-up barrister to look at that, right?
I just need an honest one.
Right, that's all you need, really, someone who's honest at that. And
so if anyone knows of one out there, you know, an honest one that I can check out and be like, you know, this person seems all right.
Yeah, because you know.
Make yourself known.
But anybody who tries to see, this is another problem that you have, because anybody who's tried to come to you before has come trying to help, pretending that they're helping, and it's fucking hell. It's just nuts.
I suspected them all from day one anyway, and I was right to. You know, they're not that great at hiding where they've come from and who they know, and just things that I can't trust them. No one out of the legal 500 would I ever be able to trust. Gray's Inn Square, any of these big top lawyers, there'll be two in with people.
But you need to find someone on the high street. This is what I'm saying to you. You need to find someone on the high street, right?
I need someone on my level who's not, you know, not a mason and in their world and can be bent their way whilst pretending to be doing their best for me. You know, I don't want that.
Well, no, I mean, there's no way you can have a mason. I mean, it's just it's just ridiculous. But like I said,
as if a mason's gonna not help their brother mason and help me in life.
Of course, their mason oath comes before anything. So
that's what I'm saying. So you don't stand a chance, because that's what this whole system's full of.
But but that's what I'm saying. We've had different experiences with barristers. I've had banging barristers that have got me off of cases. So, but
you're not stupid to it anyway, so they couldn't send you an idiot. So
yeah.
You would get on with one that is, you know, you can see are doing what the procedures are right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't know, man. Like, if it's going to come down to me having to find one myself, I just feel like it's never going to get dealt with, because I can't get on the phone 50 times a day and explain it to get a knockback. I ain't got it in me, Nick. I can't do it.
See, this is what I'm saying. I think you need to see a solicitor face to face, because Brian, like I said, the amount of evidence that you have got is so overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah, and evidence that's come from people that have never done before.
Right. But Richard Mallet is not, because I don't think there's any time limit on bringing a criminal case. I don't think that there's no time limit.
There's no limitation on criminal.
Right. Well, what Richard Mallet has done to you is criminal.
Well, this is why I think they were reluctant to even try and push for a criminal case in the first place and keep it civil, and then get a payout in the compensation scheme, and then gag me after that.
No, there's more to it.
That's what they wanted to do.
But for me, it's like they've kind of been controlling you, like for
controlling my circumstances and my outcomes.
Yep.
Yeah, big time.
100%. And to be Daniela, I think she was. I do think she was in.
No one's ever going to convince me otherwise. If people can't see it for themselves, then they're fit.
No, I do think.
I sat there and told you what we saw was real, with a secret passageway and all that. These people wanted him in that circle. Basically, I was being lined up.
Well,
And no one gives a fuck.
They're pushing it. They're
No one gives a fuck.
They're pushing a story now that she's meant to be suing the BBC because I have no idea. It's like
she won't do that because she works for the state.
Well,
It could be a story that makes it look like she's not attached to the BBC when really she works for them. Don't worry about that. How's she surviving all this? Like, how's it happening?
Of course, she said that she's got Richard Branson and the BBC to thank for saving her life.
That's right. I don't remember seeing a story where Branson's cut all ties with her. He must still be pally, surely.
Of course they are.
I don't see Branson coming out this Daniela tried to help her, now she's no good. No, man, he's still making for these people.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to believe, she's going to work in Aldi, come across like, oh, she's a right normal girl. No, man, it ain't the case.
Nah.
It ain't the case. She, and I suspect her mother as well, both working for the state. Here you go, I've just come out and say it. And her mother was working opposite my ex in Harrods, right? Yeah, on the stall selling, I don't know, fucking creme de la mer or something like that on one of the things in there. And who lives round the corner? You can piss on it. Ghislaine. Am I to believe that, like, no, come on, man, you'll know each other.
Yeah, no.
You'll know each other. Sorry, you'll know each other.
But her mum was also, her mum was a fucking Playboy bunny.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that.
Yeah, see that.
I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know that. So that says a lot then.
And her dad was an ordinary carpet fitter. There's shit don't add up, man. I mean,
I both mum and her dad, like, as far as I know, like, they ain't never done nothing or said nothing. They've always been nice. I've always liked them, but you do find things out that don't sit right. You know what I mean? Because they've never done that wrong to me. But I'm pretty sure.
See, I'm good at picking up. I'm really good at picking up on shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel's fucked up for a reason.
Yeah.
Wrong.
But she said the reason she got into it was her mum. Someone wanted a child model, like a blonde hair, blue eyed, and she said my dad didn't want my mum to do it, but my mum went and done it anyway. Then she's talking about being at royal garden parties at fucking 7. Yeah.
There you go then. So there you go. I'm being walked through an exclusive fucking part of the club that no one even knows is there. She's been going to royal garden parties since she was 5. What does that tell you?
No, 7. She said 7. She done the mod.
She's in with the rules and that. Like, she'll know them. Like, she'll have been at the same places as them, and like probably know each other on like that personal level. They must do.
Yeah.
They go out there and they plant them in.
But she was born into this. She was 100%. She was born into this shit.
I'm believing that. I do believe that. I couldn't see it before because I didn't have any knowledge on this multi-generational thing.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's a reality.
Because
they're going to be the most trusted to keep it going.
Yeah, and that's how it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Also, this Sylvia Young, like that's that.
I wouldn't let her adopt a Ukrainian kid.
And that's another.
We've got a pentagram around your neck.
A couple of weeks ago, she was adopting a Ukrainian. Now she's suing the BBC.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Still wearing the pentagram.
Probably.
Sorry, man, but when I saw that just told me there's nothing good about that. Nothing good about that.
No.
Don't try and tell me some fucking sun symbol or something. Bollocks.
No.
You know what I mean? I know what that is. Don't try and tell me I can't see with my own fucking eyes. You know what I mean?
Oh, talk about fucking scene. I was watching In-Betweeners. Do you remember, Brian, when I was on the phone to you, right? I was watching the In-Betweeners movie, yeah? And they're all going off on holiday, and they've all got these pink T-shirts on, yeah? Now, I've watched the movie before, I'd never noticed it, right?
Yeah.
And it had Mr. Knobhead, Mr. I Fuck Kids.
Oh, mate.
It's literally within the Mr. I Fuck Kids. That is what it had on the T-shirt.
That's going into that wonky pub banter, man. You know, like when people like
But
like they get them people in pubs that keep all them weird images on their phones.
but it just goes to, but Brian, it just,
mad
but
people.
Brian, it just goes to show you how I'd never noticed that before. I'd never noticed that.
I've not watched the film, so fucking.
I've,
I haven't seen it.
I've never noticed that, right? And then it was yesterday, and it was like, what the fuck, Mister? I fuck kids. Is that what? Is that meant to be a joke? It was on that wheel as well.
So I'm saying it's where the comedy's gone now. Like
Right,
they're pushing the boundaries.
Do you know what? I used to think, like, when I used to read, like, they used to say comedy is like social engineering, right? Never got it. Oh, I get it so much
No,
now.
it ain't working. It ain't working. I don't. Like, do you know what though? They're doing it, but it ain't working. It's not working. They might think it's working. Yeah, look, everyone's having it. We're not, you know. Everyone can see what you're doing. It's not happening slowly and slightly.
It's happening
It's
so fast, yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, we can see what you're doing. And I'm telling you now, like, it ain't happening. It's not going to be legal for you to put the age down to 8, 10, 12, 4, whatever, 5, whatever it is you
It's
think
disgusting.
is suitable. Stop trying to drum the idea of sex into 5-year-old kids going to
family sex show.
Watching complete fucking strangers in the nude like this is some fucking, you know, eye-opening experience, and
No, it's like a home shopping. It's like a home shopping for Prince Charles, mate. That's what that is. Home shopping.
It's wrong, and it needs to stop. All this fucking liberal fucking. I'm sorry, but he's messing up the world.
But Bri, 40 years ago.
No good is coming from it, mate.
But literally 40 years ago, you could be arrested for being gay. I'm just saying how they can change a country's morals, right? How they can change.
I'm not telling people that like don't be gay. You have to. I'm not saying that, man. You know what I mean? I'm a straight bloke. I don't get the gay thing. I don't.
No, but what I'm saying is how they can change. How they can change people's perception. How they can change people's perception.
Yeah, well, there clearly has been one there. You know what I mean? That has happened. So.
And what they're going to do, they're going to like every night they'll push the boundaries. Like they knew this family sex show was going to get a backlash, right? But the thing is in 20 years' time, will it get such a backlash? No, because every child is being.
20 years from now, it's frightening, isn't it? Frightening prospect.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's all because I watched a thing on Queen yesterday, right? Because I'm not gonna lie.
They know this generation that ain't having
it. Ain't having it, but we're not.
Start getting it in now, and then the next generation are going to be.
Yeah, and when I say sooner or later, they will lower the age of consent, and it will be lowered. It will be lowered, and. I don't want to live in a world where it's okay to fuck children. I'm sorry, it's not.
No, because the world's going down. It's going down, and you don't want to be in the world when it's going down like that.
No.
You know what I mean? You're then expected to. You're the odd one because you ain't like this. Like this, it's not right, man. What's happening?
No, it's not. It's not right. It's not right, and but it's getting worse.
Come and say, "Oh, you're fucking this and you're this phobic." I'm not, man. I'm not. You know, but.
I couldn't give a shit what someone does it behind closed doors. Even if I'm somewhere and I see a man and woman kissing, I think it's a bit. Look, fucking hell! Wait till you get home.
I don't need to see it.
Right. And I don't care if someone's fucking behind closed doors. It doesn't bother me. Right. But the one thing.
I just pushed up in my face
right, being pushed
and I'm the weird one if I don't get it.
But there's gay rights, and someone says they've got to identify as gender neutral or something. Oh, was it? I think it was the police.
No, listen, man. It is what you are. Listen, what's being pushed is you are what you say you are.
Yeah, so, and you said you're identified with an Afro-American.
That's it. Now, from now on, I identify as African American, and if anyone's got a problem with that. That is hate speech. Do you understand? I want to be addressed as an African American. If you've got a problem with that, right? Then
hate speech. Hate speech. You can meet that. You know.
Hate speech. Yeah. If you're going to tell me what I am above what I say I am, yeah, I'm now an African American, and you will address me as such. That's fair, isn't it? No, come on, that's fair. That's fair.
It's true.
You're a bloke that wants to be a woman, right? Well, I'm a Caucasian that now wants to be identified as African American. Do you understand? That's where we're going. That's where we're going. And eventually, everything will fall on its arse because it's fucking ridiculous.
It is. It is.
And
But
it's being pushed by people that have had the run of social media for a while. Yeah, but I do think the tide is going to turn, and you know you can't help what you are, but things have been pushed to a ridiculous level, and you know you're adults, you can do what you want, but they're turning it on the kids now openly, and that is just mate.
no, it's
No. It's just not going to happen.
I think it
It's
is
not
though,
going to
Bri.
happen, and I don't believe you'll breed it out generationally because I think it's inherently built into anyone.
No, because
that has got-
with children, they're going to grow up like it's going to be pushed on them gender neutral. It's going to be pushed on them transgender, and they're going to grow up with a different perception. It's not like they're going to have it because
the whole world ain't going to go along. It's going to be so. It's inbuilt in. I'm telling you, man. Humans have got a bit of fight still left in them, and people are not just going to go along. That is a step too far. It's a step too far. It is in anyone's fucking anyone's mindset or mentality. That is too far. It's too far. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, it ain't.
Right, I know I'm as real as I can be, and I know you're as real as can be. Right.
Mum and dads are still going to be having kids pumping them out, and there's going to be no point when a mum who loves her little kid, her little girl, is going to think, yeah, it's all right if that 70 or 80-year-old man wants to crawl all over my kid when she turns 4. No way, it's inbuilt in people that no way it's not going to happen. You control the propaganda you like. I guarantee you, you know, you people who put Botox in their face, cut their cocks off, turn to want to be called a woman, that's one thing. But what you're asking to become legal now is it won't happen. I'm telling you, it won't happen. Get it out of your head. Leave the kids alone. Just go and stick your cocks up each other, yeah, and do what you got to do. Leave the kids out of it.
Yeah, leave them kids alone.
Honestly, anyone that's got a problem with me saying that, you can just fuck off. You're not important to me. Yeah, you're not as important as getting through to the country about adults must not go and fuck these children. You're not as important as that. I don't care what you are. Yeah, fucking intersex, whatever. You're not as important as that issue. You're all adults on that. You can do what you want. But these kids, they're being influenced into satanic ways, and it has got to fucking stop at some point. I don't know how we do it. I'm thinking stepping stones from proving corruption with the police first. That is going to stop everything. Everyone's going to stop and question their own fucking scenarios. Right, that's the first port of call out. And then doing something about it and getting convictions and actually beating the system and going, I fucking told you I was going to get you, you cunt, because the evidence says so. Forcing them into a corner, because that's the only way to get people. When you force them into a corner with evidence, they're going to break because they can't defend it. You know, that's nature. That's how it goes. You know, you can't defend it. And if I get out to the public, you'll see that they can't defend it. And all that's stopping me is a lawyer, and I can't get one. I'm not hopeful either, so I don't know where this is going to go. But I know I'm right, and I have the evidence. But until a lawyer steps up for me, man, like, they're just going to carry on with it. It's like pretending I'm not here, hoping I'll fuck up one day so they can quickly turn it, use it against me with the force of the media and the press behind it. And then round and round and round we go in circles again, you know what I mean? Me trying to prove, look, I'm not like that, I'm all right really, look, this is what they're doing to me. And I know you sound like conspiracy theories. You can't win, just round and round you go, you know? And it's gone on for long enough, and I can see that happening for another 10 years. And what makes the difference is criminal lawyer that's like, yeah, I'll do the case. Show me what you got. That's all it takes. And that geezer, whoever does do it, or she.
I was going to say that.
or he, she. You know? Yeah. Someone intersex wants to represent me, I ain't fucking against it. Someone gay wants to represent me, I ain't against it. Jew, Muslim, whatever, I ain't against it. Come and represent me, mate. Ain't about all that. This is about what's good for all of us. Really, I mean that. That's what's good for all of us. Like, if my case goes through, this don't just affect me. This affects many other people, and it's going to safeguard us in the future against these corrupt police. You know, they're even, you know, participating in fucking child sex themselves now. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
We've got to have a clear up before it gets.
Oh, talk about what about that MP? Oh my God, that fucking that.
Oh, do you know, I haven't even looked it up yet. Tell me
Right.
about that. What was that?
He was like a top guy in the Conservative Party. His name was, oh, for fuck's sake, I've forgotten it. But he got the sack because he got caught looking at porn in the House of the Commons.
Yeah.
Right, and number one, looking at him, he looks like a fucking nonce. Just looking at him, he looks like a nonce. Anyway, and they're pushing it like he was caught, and he said he was looking at it because he was looking at tractors. and his search from tractors took him into a porn site. I swear to God, I swear to God, Brian, this is the exact story. And then he said the second time he looked at the porn site, he went in there deliberately, but he's very, very sorry. And then he said, I bet you there's loads of people in the office who are looking at the
whole culture of it going on in there.
Right, but that to me seemed like a subliminal, you know, one of them subliminal threats. You know, like they like to send, like, I bet you loads of people. He was talking about the Houses of Commons, and he's saying, I bet you loads of people. And I'm telling you now, that would have been child pornography. No way.
I think, honestly, my gut is like telling me something's going to go soon. Something's moving, something's happening behind the scenes we don't know about. I'm sure of it. Even Mark Williams-Thomas turning up on that news article talking about Jill Dando's murder and that there had to be phone hacking involved in this hit.
Yeah.
And they're saying it was a hit, you know, examining the bullet. They've had bullet specialists in saying, you know, I couldn't even make that. So, done at close range, it was definitely a hit. You know, to cover up around it, blame some other geezer for it and all that. It's like, it's another inside job. Anyone can see that. No one's falling for the story, man. No one. And then to top it all off, I know, you know, it might seem neither in nor there to some people, but the checkerboard is there again. You know, Belfield's got it on his doorstep.
Oh no.
He's got it on his doorstep. John
It,
Dando's got it. Billy Joe Jenkins has got it. It's like they're all. You must admit, man, they're all rocking it in one way or another.
it's and the number 33 as well. The amount of times that fucking pops up. It's...
John Widger, Baby P, James Fielding, it's like...
Oh, that's what... Do you know what, Bright? We got off topic. That's what we were talking about, John Wedger. Right? Yeah. Being an active police officer. Right?
Yeah.
You, like, Andrew Ash was interviewed under the guise of Operation Fernbridge. Right? Yeah. So, if John Wedger was an active police officer, you was either part of a... Because being an active police officer and looking to procure people, walk them into a setup, that doesn't... Now, all I'm saying is, even that, if he wasn't... There has to be something that you can do about that, because he's representing himself as a police officer, right? Yeah. You know, impersonating a police officer, you get in trouble for that really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He either was a police officer, in which case he had knowledge of my phone hacking and didn't do anything about it, even instructed me.
But also, he procured you.
Or he's not, and he's impersonating a police officer, which is worse.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
They're both as bad as each other, really. But you know, if you're not police and you're parading around as police, and I've had actual police talk to me about him, you know, being police. And leaving my place drinking and all that.
No. They just reinforced him being a police officer. No matter what they come to you with, the bottom line was they was reinforcing him being a police officer.
Well, DC, Tony Atkin, let's be honest, how does he first appear in my house? When Daniela is the one that says, I can call special branch, and she did it. All of a sudden, I've got the helicopter above, all these fucking old Bill turning up, and in comes 3 plainclothes old Bill that had guns on them. Sat on my settee, a woman and 2 blokes, and then standing in full uniform was DCI Tony Atkin, which they could have all been actors, man. You know, they could have this little team they pull out, makes things look good. How would you know the difference?
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Fucking, I've got a helicopter above me house. If this is a fucking, you know, like fucking Beatles about, then like you've done me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Candid camera.
Yeah, but you know, Beatles About's a TV show. This is your life.
For Daniela to be able to pull that off, but then claim, you know, if she wants to try and claim she's a no one and ain't got no help by special police or people posing as police that can get away with that, you know, by the police not nicking them. I mean, come on, man, what are you all a part of? Secret rooms in fucking prestigious clubs with fucking royalty and Ghislaine Maxwell's in there, and like, what is going on here, man?
Child abuse and child trafficking.
On none of it, because everywhere's corrupt, and that's what makes me like, as if I'm going to fucking find a lawyer when you're sitting in a world that's corrupt as bad as that. There's no fucking chance.
Well, there is, Bri, because me and you are good people, so there are good people out there. We don't, you know.
There are good people out there. I'm not, you know, I ain't lost faith in all people, because I can see enough from my fucking followers and that. Like, I can see people out there have got a heart. You can tell. You know, there are a lot of trolls in there, but, you know, I can tell there's a lot of good people in there that mean well. You know, definitely love their dogs and their pets and their cats and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's decent people about. I know that.
Yeah, no, there is.
I know that. But not the ones that are in power of doing anything.
No,
you know,
yeah.
Legal, police. None of these lot are ever going to do the right thing. The only way to get them to do that is to force them into it, and the only way to force them into it is to embarrass them by using their own evidence against them publicly that they can't defend. What outcome can you get from that? You can only have a good outcome from that. You've been exposed. You better change. You better do better in the future.
Yeah.
That's what you've got. And when they're not seen to be doing that, you've got a reason then again to go, well, you're not doing your jobs again. You know, before we had all of this with Cressida Dick getting rid of her and that, you just contradict yourselves. And what have we got to have other laws in place where now we watch the police? You know, do we turn it around that way? Like, we need to watch you now, so we all watch each other. All right, fucking whatever then. If that's what's going to keep the peace out there and stop kids getting taken, getting raped, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
They're even getting kidnapped. They're even getting taken.
Anyway, through your smartphone, so.
But the social services are even fucking like literally kidnapping kids. Is it not?
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right. That is what it is. But they're not going to come out and admit it and go, yeah, we nick your kids, but what we do is we put it down to this. They're never going to tell you that.
No.
It's for us to work out.
But
we work it out and they deny it.
But,
And that's how it goes.
But Free to Be Kids, the guy who runs that, Mike G, his name is, right?
Yeah.
You know, someone put in my live the other day about the clothing line, right? I swear to God, people, you have no idea. Their clothing line, their baby onesies, like, and this is baby. Be kind when stuff gets hard, right?
That's terrible.
Baby baking in process. Vaccines make you a superhero.
That's fucking terrible.
Like. No, but you've got but I can't even remember but they are so I love my thighs. I love my thighs on a baby onesie, like, and there are some normal ones in there, but then you see, and for me that's. And this guy is a safeguarding, an expert safeguarding officer who gives evidence in complex cases. I bet he gave evidence.
He's their man, isn't it?
What's the chances of him being something to do with the Hampstead too? Not gonna, you know, expert safeguarding officer gives evidence.
That's it, expert. Boom, he's coming in. We're getting him in, sorted.
I'm not gonna. He looks like Jimmy Savile.
Don't tell me it ain't like that. It is like that. It's exactly like that. Once again, they're not going to admit it. They're going to deny it. We're going to keep finding out. That's it. That's how it goes. But how do you end that cycle and actually do something about something? You have to have evidence, right? Well, I've got evidence. How comes I can't get a lawyer? How comes my doctor ain't telling me, as a mental health patient under his care, we can point you in the right people, even at Citizens Advice. We know you can't go nowhere. Maybe we can talk to them and sort something out where they can phone you or come to you and advise you where someone like you goes with the evidence that you've got that is real, that you've seen, the doctor's seen. You've heard them in my house. You've seen them on video. They know about everything. Daniela, the whole thing. No one knows what to do with me, so they just push you to the back and ignore you. That's it. I don't know where you go from now. So I've been quiet about it. I really have. That's 10 years. And when I look for everything I've ever done, and that's like, fuck, man, how have you done all this? I've had to, and have no choice. I'm not just going to let it go when I'm sitting there with evidence like that. They're going to have to do something about it. They are.
Well,
I'm going to go away just because you sent me 3 tins of tuna.
That's what that woman put on Facebook. Did Brian get his tuna? I was like, what?
I'm just trying to remember who that was, Shiva Burton.
No, that weren't Shiva Burton. That was a girl called she's Chantel Duff. And there's a Michael Duff. And it was them two that was phoning. Shiva Burton was the one that put up that me and her had some mad fucking sex night or something like that. It's just fucking ridiculous. But for me, what is wrong with these people, Brian? Like, what is... we're not skimming. No matter how much people try to say that I'm scamming the public.
There's no real reason there for a complete stranger to come in, see what we're talking about, what we're trying to do, and put the boot in like that, and try and get your benefits stopped and send you shit. That is malicious, and it is coming from the very people that we're talking about.
But earlier on, what the fuck was that about? Like, like.
How comes it ain't happening now?
Well, because I've put Do Not Disturb on my phone. That's why.
I've sorted then.
Yeah, no, but it was like, I mean, that was going on for, I don't know, it seemed like forever. Because it like, and you know when you're trying to do it and it just wouldn't stop ringing.
Yeah, they knew that if they kept doing it, you couldn't even get a chance to block
it. Yeah. But Brian, they must have been listening to our conversation beforehand, before we went live. Yeah. They must have been listening in, Brian. Yeah. And you know, we like you was just like, do you want to do it like, and it was like, yeah, and it was one like, and that seemed like panic to me.
100% they're listening.
Of course they are.
Of the 5th 02.
Yeah.
20 years today. If you're not going to be listening today, then when? With this case sitting there unsolved, 20 years to the day, just took the Millie Dale case apart. And not listening. Of course they are.
I'm glad really, because that Chantel Duff and Michael Duff, I'd never connected them before anyway, because obviously, but it's only because they was ringing one after the other. Yeah. And it's like, well, now I know, like, they're dodgy. I'll block them. I'll block them. But it's just why? Like, that's just it's for me. It's just mad because
it just tells me as soon as we do something, or I'll go live or something. I could even see at 4:44 in the morning yesterday, or earlier today rather. But you know, as soon as I go live, people are there. They're on it. Doesn't matter what time of night. Could be 6 a.m. Could be 4:44. Could be 3 o'clock. Could be 10 o'clock. Could be now. They're on now. They're there. And that is, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:44. That's like 5:15. Like people are in there.
I always see that on my Facebook as well. Almost automatically get one share. You know, like, and that's no matter what time of night it is or whatever, I always get one share straight away. And it's like...
Bottom line is they can do what they want, Nick. all them lot, that they are what they are diversions and nothing more, nothing less, and they're hopeful diversions that, like Andrew Guy, and that was a please get sucked into this battle with this person, because number one, we're gonna turn you into a hate speech person, which was ridiculous because I've got everything that Anne ever said about me.
Yeah.
And all on one long video. I mean, I was playing it to you, but it was fucking long, wasn't it? I mean, it was ridiculous. It was just everything that's ever said out of the water.
It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
Blows you out of the water, so there's no point in going down that. I got them connected, or him connected to Puddick, who's the only other person that's had me done for malicious communication, who works for the Queen, doesn't get arrested when he funds operation, when people like Andrew are going to go out and blatantly lie to the public through mainstream journalists at the Express. And Kellaway's working there, don't forget. And they're naming my phone hacking solicitor, or my ex-solicitor, because I thought he was criminal. What he's doing a fucking civil claim for me, I don't know. There is that as well. Do you know what I mean?
And
you're a criminal, mate. You're a criminal. You represent
every solicitor, every barrister, right? They have to take an oath, to defend, like, to the full extent of the law, like that. They're meant, they're meant to like defend integrity and have to sign a bit on the back of you when they file a claim for you. Now this is coming. He's fucked himself because he knew that clearly I've already suffered from mental health. He's wrote about it as far back as 2002. He knew it was still going on today. By today I mean 2013, 2014. So why are you filing my claim and putting it in a bracket where if you pay X amount of money, the most payout you'll get is 25 grand. I'm exempt from costs because of my mental health. Why are you going out your way to pay it? They're not telling me. I didn't know when he'd filed the claim until I forced the files out of him for the Ombudsman, which I don't even know was the Ombudsman. You know what I mean? But the fact is like he's shamelessly fucking fucked you over, Brian. Shamelessly.
Yeah, but it's not like he ain't been caught. It's just a matter of having him now, and I need the police and a criminal solicitor and barrister to deal with that. Because if someone doesn't, it's only going to come back on the police and all the people that didn't act on it when something else goes wrong, and then people want to start talking about my case. Because it will happen either when Murdoch dies, or whenever Barrymore comes up next, or fucking. Whatever comes up next, Millie Dowler, fucking, Jill Dando, take your pick.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen, and I'll tell you, I'm going to be right in the middle of it. I just know it. I can feel it.
But I do agree with you, though. There is something going on behind the scenes. There's definitely something that's going on.
It has to, man. I've got to change my tactics now. It's time for me to go into learning mode again. That's why I like listening to what you're saying, because I know you've got experience with the police. I think you've been spot on with everything that you've been saying. I'm all right with looking at fucking all these other things and that, but when it comes to my own, there's things that, unless you know this information, they can get away with fucking using fake police on me. Well, yeah, it must be, because look at this and that. How's that happening? It's like, yeah, fuck, man, what is going on here? And exposing that can only help this country because, look at the amount of police that are getting done with fucking child porn and underage. You know what I mean?
Can you hear my
miss? They can't be trusted.
Oh, God. My missus crying because I've locked her out because she keeps tippy-toeing. Like, my dogs are so badly behaved. Little shit. Sorry, it's just very because she's. This is where.
It's not making loads of noise, mine.
Right, but she does play on the coffin as well. I'm not going to lie. She's an artful little cat. But I forgot what I was saying.
It's hard to know, isn't it, man? But I know something's got to give.
But that letter you got. Oh my God! Because Oh God, they're going to start playing up. I just want to say, you got a letter the other day from the RSPCA, right?
Yeah.
Right. To your address.
Addressed to John Wedger.
Addressed to John Wedger.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
I don't know.
what the like? That's just. It's either a fake. It's got to be a fake letter.
Yeah, I'll find out, and I have to ring Tuesday or something.
Yeah, just to say that. What's going on? Yeah, and there has to be a reference number or something that's on the letter that they can take it and look, because how can that be real?
Yeah.
How can it be real, Brian?
I don't know. It makes no sense to me that that's come through, and it's something to do with, I don't know, like they're thanking J Wedger, whoever J Wedger is, he lives at my address, for, I don't know, some work to do.
But Brian, that is not a
I
mistake.
just see J Wedger and thought, I ain't taking any notice of this.
But this is what I'm saying, like, you've got to just phone him up and find out if it's a real letter, because there's no way they can make a mistake like that. John Wedger, they're like at your address, and this I don't understand.
He knows where I live because he picked me up.
Well, of course he knows where you live. You Google knows where you live. Google knows where you live, but that's not a misprint. I know sometimes you get letters from someone for someone different to your address, but that's not a mistake, right? That's not a mistake, Brian.
It's been done on purpose.
Of course, it's been done on purpose. Of course, it's been done on purpose.
Yeah. Well, what else can it be?
But I don't understand what they want.
I don't know. I'll have to find it and read it again. I'll see the name and I thought, oh, fucking fuck off. I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, no, but you need to see what it's about as well, because I'm wondering if it's anything to do with Lola.
No, I didn't see anything to do with Lola now.
But, like, it's just mad how your dog's just had an operation, and then you're getting a letter from the...
But Lola's registered to my sister anyway,
so
they'd be talking to her.
But, no, but what I'm saying is they know the dog means something to you, right? And the dog has just had an operation.
Yeah.
Right? And then a letter... And by the way, we've got a Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, yeah? And we have a national...
Royal Society.
Yeah, and we have a National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. The Royal Society, they get patronage from royals, or you know, there's something in the royal, and it's just.
Yeah, they go out and shoot foxes.
I don't know.
Just saying.
But for me, you've got to phone up and find out whether that's a real letter, and if it is a real letter,
Yeah, well, I'll do it Tuesday, innit? But I'll Google a number and search properly, so I know. I even do it off another phone or something, so I know.
Yeah.
That I'm getting through and I'm not getting diverted my end, like, because they have done that, I believe.
Oh, tonight's just showed me shit, man.
I've got a reference number on the Solicitors Regulation Authority letter that come back to me that time with Mallet's thing on it and that. So, you know, it's either on their file or it ain't. If it ain't, then I want to know what's going on, because you've wrote to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, left, right and centre I've got them. They can't get out of it. I just need someone to go around and go, look, boom, we've done that. They're fucked. So someone's been fucking about.
Yeah.
No one's done their job properly. That's what I want to hear. You know what I mean? I need to win against these people so they keep getting fucking walked over, man. But I ain't a lawyer. I ain't a barrister. I understand where the wrongs are in this case and what's gone on there, and it's sickening how big it is, and I've just got to deal with it on my own with no real help from my doctors. 7 months they've done nothing. I asked them, just, can you sort out like a dentist and that? Can you find out about getting a tooth put in, right? Can you get the council to clear them bits of rubbish for me that you kept saying, and do my kitchen because of the mice thing, and we're going to come round the summer again.
But what I'll say to you, Brian, you've got to keep on at them. Like, you say it to them once and then you don't like asking.
I ain't said it to them once. I've said it to them in front of fucking in lives many times over now. I think I've had them up twice on 2 lives.
Yeah, but then you have to keep ringing them. You have to keep ringing them and
Fucking,
ringing them.
that's not fucking right. I mean, I've got mental health. You can't keep telling me you just got to keep
Yeah,
ringing
but
them. Right?
it's not a matter of what's
The public know.
it's not a
The
matter of
fucking
what's
public
right.
know. Why are they doing nothing?
Because that you know
They
that
can't do nothing. They need to keep me like this. That's why.
well, I would
No one's
just
gonna
keep
agree to
ringing
that,
them. I'll just keep ringing them and pestering them, and then they will do something.
No, they want me to fucking go up there now, but you know what I mean, on the 28th and go and see them and all that. It's like, what did I fucking put on a message to you the other day? Like, I ain't going nowhere. Why are you trying to get me, like, don't you listen? Why don't you listen? Don't I matter? Do I have to say I'm a fucking woman now? Maybe you start listening to me or say, like, what is this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I get no help, man. No fucking help.
To be quite honest with you, the system's designed that way anyway. It's
But know, it's like, you know, to someone like, and it's not right that, you know, fucking, well, it clearly, listen to me, right? There ain't no fucking white privilege, right? There ain't no fucking white privilege. As a matter of fact, people like me get no fucking help in life because people that have fucking cut their cocks off are too busy running around fucking complaining. Yeah, people like me have been fucking forgotten about, but I'll fucking pipe up about saying, I suppose I'm homophobic and racist and every fucking thing else then. You know, this is bullshit, mate. This country's lost the fucking plot, our police are fucking our kids now, and everyone wants to fucking turn a blind eye to it. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, I was shocked when
I've got all the evidence in the fucking world, man.
but
I've got to sit here like a cunt, smoking weed, fucking trying to deal with why don't no cunt act right. Falling out with everyone, family, everyone, trying to stand there, do the right thing. What'd you get back? Fuck all. Fuck all, man. Abuse is what you get back. People sending shit to your ass and that. You know, fucking people don't want to listen to reason. One day I'm going to fucking snap, mate, I swear to God. I fucking swear to God. Send that silly cunt back to my fucking ass, yeah? With you fucking stupid cunt. Fucking come near me again, man. Watch what happens. I'm so sick of it, Nick, honestly.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, these fucking police, yeah? You'll need your throats cut, yeah? From me to you, you'll need your fucking throats cut. You fucking scum. Scum. Fucking scum. Stand up and do the fucking right thing, you fucking scumbags.
But to be
fucking cunts, man. Like, I'm the cunt all the time. I ain't the cunt. I'm actually the one with morals here, man. Fucking doing the right thing. What help do I get? None. There is no fucking help. Just bullshit. Fucking abuse all the time. Fucking sick of it, man. Fucking sick of it. Like, it's just like, it's fucked, man. It's just fucked. Everything's fucked out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's no enthusiasm to do. No one wants to do the right thing. No one's going to be happy until everyone's kids are having their fucking asses licked by some fucking 70-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, but
no,
they fucked up all our food. They fucked up all our drink. They fucked up all your fucking minds with fucking antidepressants. What are you taking pills for? Ain't going to get rid of these people being cunts, is it? Like, wake up, man. Fuck's sake, wake up, man. Fucking grow a pair. Fucking sick of this shit.
I'll take
Let
pills.
hang out the back of your fucking kids then.
I'll take pills.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know.
No, take these pills, shut up, go to sleep. Take these fucking pills and watch fucking Anton Deck, yeah, and shut up. That's what they want.
No, you're right.
That's what they fucking want. And it's like, we're more than that. I'm fucking sick of this. I'm the cunt all the time. Watch how it really turns out, yeah? You're gonna fucking be sorry, mate. You're gonna be sorry the way you fucking judge me up like I'm some cunt. Yeah, you fucking watch. You'd be sorry, man. You'd be sorry. You realise what I fucking try to do. Yeah, you'd be fucking sorry, yeah? Keep sending your shit to my ass. Keep sending it. I don't give a fuck. You don't fucking scare me. I'm fucking liable to kill one of you cunts one day. I swear, man. I fucking swear. Like, because I tell you, you don't know when to stop. So why should I have any fucking respect? Yeah?
Because then that'll just but then it just that's
I don't give a fuck, man. Let them come. But he said this. Do you know what? I'm going to say a lot worse in the future, man. Like, I'm fed up with holding it down. fucking letting it blow over, holding it down. You fucking want it, come. You want it, come. Yeah? You fucking want it, come. You cunts. Because I'll tell you what, I'd rather go out fighting now. I've had enough of it. I'd rather fight you cunts, yeah? You think you're bad? Fucking come to me and mash me up. And watch what I fucking do to you. Yeah, because I've got no respect for the law no more, yeah? Fuck your law. I'll create my own fucking laws from now on, yeah? Fuck your law, because your law ain't real. Your law ain't honest. You're fucking slags, and I fucking hate you. And if I die fighting you cunts, then so be it. Fuck you, mate. You do not own me. You do not own my soul. You will not fucking do what you want to me. I'm going to punish you, you fucking slags. You fucking slags. You wait. You fucking wait, man, because I'm switching on again now. I know I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot in front of me, and I'm going to fucking do it, yeah? I'm going to fucking do it. Scotland Yard, all of you, yeah? Watch what I fucking do to you. I ain't scared of you. Send your fucking gangsters, yeah? Fuck you, yeah? That's what I say to you. Fuck you. Walk around and think you own the fucking place. Fuck you, yeah? You ain't lived my life. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm about. Fuck you and your money earning and you're fucking earning a few quid doing this. Fuck you. That's what I say to you. That's what I fucking say to you. Fuck you. Every cunt's a bad man, isn't they? I'll do this, I'll do that. Go and fuck yourself. That's what I say to you, yeah? Fucking people, man, scared of these fucking people. Because what? Because what? Because you got access to a gun. Because I know someone who's a bit naughty.
Right,
Go and fuck yourself.
Bri, you need to stop.
Fuck yourself.
But Bri, you need to
Fuck
stop,
yourselves.
man. Like, seriously, like, there's no point in getting angry.
Well, they fuck themselves, man. I've got no respect for no cunt. No cunt's got respect for me. I don't give a fuck. I say what I want, to who I want, when I want. Fuck them. All of them. They're all the same. All they care about is money. Yeah? I'll take 40 million quid off you and fucking give it away. That's what I do, because that's what I'm like. Yeah, watch me. I'll fucking ruin you. Take all your fucking money, man. I'll give it away to a fucking dog charity. Fuck you. Yeah, and you can all sit there and watch fucking dogs eat your money. Cunts. I'll fucking do it and all, Niki, yeah? I swear to God, because Murdoch, yeah? You think you don't owe me 2 million a year for every fucking year this has been going on? That's 40 million pounds, man. Best start fucking getting your hands ready to dig deep, you cunts. And all that money, all going to charity. Yeah? Watch. I'll fucking teach you, you cunt. Because that's all I'm going to get out of you is money. All right, so be it then. All right? I want 100 million out of you. And I'm going to give it all away. I'll give it all away. That'd be your last good deed before you die. It might save your soul on the other side, you cunt. But you owe me 100 million quid. All right? So get ready to fucking pay it up. So I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy your police system. I'm going to destroy your prime ministers and what they're about. I'm going to destroy you. And I'm never, ever, ever going to fucking stop. So you best dig fucking deep and fucking pay for what you've done to my life. And I ain't joking. Laugh at me. He's mad. Yeah, we'll see who's fucking mad, yeah, when you're faced with the evidence. We'll see who's mad then, innit? It won't be funny then. It's all funny now with your 3 tins of tuna, but it won't be funny when you're up in court looking like a cunt.
Yeah, wait, that Chantel Duff on my messenger, it said, did Brian get his tuna?
Yeah, I got it.
And that was the bird who was ringing, who kept ringing and ringing and ringing. I didn't know what the significance was with the tuna, but it's...
I told you what it's about.
Oh.
We're talking about, if you don't wash your cock for a month, it's going to smell like a bag of scampi and lemon knickknacks, mixed in with skips. That was the 4:44 conversation in that time. I wasn't going live. Niki went, go live. Went, I ain't fuck it. I ain't got anything to say, but let's do it, innit? We did. And that's where the conversation went at that time in the morning. Would you expect?
Oh, God.
And then the tuna, and they say some tuna. I thought, wicked, man. You know what I mean? Little tuna pasta.
But I don't understand what they was playing at earlier on. I mean, that was just so, like, blatant.
It's just so we end up up going, oh, fuck it, don't worry, Nick, it ain't going to happen, we'll talk tomorrow. That's what they want.
Well, like, if they... Come on, Brian, like, as if I'm like that. They know, listen, they know both of us. It makes me want to do it even more. Like, it doesn't make me want to give up.
Just know you're right when you are doing it, because you've seen it for yourself. You know this criminal shit better than I do, and I trust what you say on that. I know you're fucking right. I know you're fucking right. I know you're right. That can get, it's the only answer. It's the only answer. There can't be no other fucking answer. Do you know what I mean? It's intelligence services. They're rolled in with the media. They've got the barristers and anyone up the top there. They're hacked off. Everywhere's covered, man.
Act off. Jerry McCann works for it. Jerry McCann.
Jerry McCann, fucking, I got the same. But if I was going to have a barrister in the phone hacking, it was David Sherborne who came to my house and split me and Natasha up in the claims because we was going through together because we was married at the time. But he's come and split us up. Now looking back on it, I can see, hang on a minute, this geezer gets like fucking 20 grand a day, or if not for a few hours, this bloke, right? He's on serious money, right? And he's in my house in Walthamstow, right? So I know there's something in this, like, you ain't be a rocket scientist to work that out. And he split us up and put us through separate. But what he's done in doing that is, he knows, man, we need to get her evidence and what's on her pages out of this. Send Brian them other two. So yeah, Mulcair, admits he's got him recorded in his notebook, but there was no hacking going on. But he does acknowledge that he's got his details on a page, and it's like that's as far as they wanted to go with it. And then the number that's on now, it was half blanked out by Scotland Yard. But then when I get the files out of Malik's through the Ombudsman, he had that number all along. So why didn't Malik just ring me and go, I've got the number here, this was the number on that. But no, you've gone along with Scotland Yard, having them send you the Mulcair notes, and then you give them to me, redacted with half the number out. Why didn't you fill it in before you passed them on to me? Do you know what I mean? Like, you was hoping that I wouldn't have that number, and I'd just have less to go on.
Yeah.
And Malik was willing to hold back, knowing that number, full well, you know, while he's claiming to be my mate, but fucking me at the same time. But at least kiss me if you're going to fuck me, you know what I mean?
That don't sound too good.
No, it don't, but you know what I'm saying? You know the term. This will probably be going out on someone else's channel tomorrow. Brian Harvey and me. If you're going to fuck me, at least kiss me first, innit? Like,
I've never heard that saying, and I don't think I wanna.
I'm getting fucked, but
yeah, I know what you're saying, but try a different euphemism or something, whatever it is, because that don't sum up pretty images. Ugh.
No, but you know what I'm saying, innit? If you're gonna fuck me.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying it didn't sound too good.
Yeah, I know,
It's fun. Hello, Ronnie.
To me, it's becoming normal.
That just made me laugh. Kiss me before you fuck me. Never heard that before in my life.
Not so much as a fucking reach round.
Oh. Oh, mate. No, that was funny. But you know, we've been talking for, hang on, what is it? 2 hours and 12 minutes. Plus, I was talking to you for about an hour before that as well.
Yeah, I know.
It's mad, but they was definitely listening in on our conversation, Brian. 100%.
Yeah, 100%, because it's, like I say, it's 20 years to the day today now.
Yeah, and the thing is like, the conversation before was just what we had on the live, but it was like, well, why don't we go live with it? Because you know, there's something in this 20 years, 10 years, 20 years, that the anniversary.
They do it themselves, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
they're the ones mentioning Millie Daly. you're the ones mentioning Jill Dando or getting Mark Williams Thomas, who supposedly done the Savile. You know, like, why Mark Williams Thomas contacting me then if Savile was Andrew Ash's handler? You know, it's all bullshit, all of it, like.
Yeah, but...
And the Walton thing, Millie, you know, Max Clifford being down there, Levi Belfield drinking partners with Payne, who's a neighbour. Like, it's that case has been taken apart. It's been taken apart.
I mean, and the fact is like there is. I'm still not too sure whether it was a psyop or I have no idea. But they're definitely capable of it. Let's put it that way.
You know, that girl, I felt she is dead, like, because, you know, you'd recognise her if she was still walking about today. Like, there'd be...
No, you wouldn't.
You know, you can't just be an actor.
No, you wouldn't. And no, I'm not saying that she's... I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it'd be very hard for someone like her to hide today, you know, like...
No one would recognise her today. No one would recognise her today. Do you know how quick things go out of the public's mind? Do you know how quick things just, like... It's crazy. I mean, come on. We had Brexit, like, and that was fucking...
I know. Yeah, like, you put it like that. No, we put it like that.
It's you know, we've gone from, like, a fucking... Brexit lockdown, fucking... Now we're at war. Now there's a war. It's like the public never get time.
When you put it like that, man, that's fucking...
Everything's happening so fast.
Yeah, why?
Right? And now they're asking...
They control this shit. Why?
I don't know, Brian. I don't know. I know the Ukrainian president used to be an actor. I know that.
Oh, fuck, that ain't
Yeah. And there's something in the blue and yellow as well. I've only touched on that recently, like, just really recently, so I can't even say what it is, but there is definitely... There's something in the blue and yellow. Yeah, definitely. And once you know, you see it everywhere. Right, so yeah, and Ukrainian flag's blue and yellow, isn't it? So I'm not saying that I don't even know what's going on, Brian. I have no idea.
No, it's very confusing, man. It's like none of this really needs to be.
Then they was breaking news yesterday saying that Putin was gonna kill like, you think Putin's that stupid?
Yeah, like, why is he all of a sudden turned from having integrity into like he's just lawless and not listening?
But that's how our media's making him look.
Yeah, but he is sitting there like he is playing along with the part by the looks of things. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know because they just show him. They don't ever show him his speeches. They don't ever show what he says.
No, I watched him in a video addressing some of his people, but from his desk in his office with about 4 or 5 people on a video conference call. I think he was addressing the nation at the same time, actually, but it was from the side on his desk, and, you know, he seems pretty... I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I don't know how he can be good friends with Trump in the way that he's been portrayed, but then... You know, Biden, I don't know what
he's
just
disappeared literally, isn't he? Like, it's just mad.
It's like he's got dementia or something. All they're doing is reporting on his fuck-ups where, like, the geezer's not being able to string a sentence together and he's blurting out these random numbers and just... It's fucking... Is it only me that's seeing it? Like, there's something really wrong there, man. They've got this geezer. He's a complete contrast to Trump. And it's... What are you doing, mate? You look like a spare one at a wedding. It's like, honestly, this kid... I'm looking at him thinking, no, I'm just judging him. Let me watch him properly. Like, let me see his
man. No. And his son.
Mate, he's uncomfortable. The more I'm homing in, he's getting more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable. I'm like, nah, surely they got to get this geezer off in a minute. Like, this is...
I do not believe that the Americans voted for him. I can't believe that the Americans voted for him. I I can't get my head around it. He's actually abusing children on camera, like you
No,
blatantly.
I said this before. I said this before he even became, long before he became president. I said, he's not going to get him, man. Look at this, with him touching his kids and that. What the fuck? And you think America can have someone like that and then fucking turn around and he is.
And he was like, in the speech, he was like, I know about roaches. I had kids jumping all over me, and he said something about his hair. They love his hairy legs. It's
Fuck's sake, man! Like the world is. It's like we've jumped into an alternate reality, and I'm having a nightmare. I'm in a dream, and everything's the same but not quite right. It's like what's happened in real life. It's fucking horrible.
I know. Do you know what, Brian?
That's what it feels like.
Do you know what?
They must have done something at CERN or something. Like something's wrong, man.
I pray, right?
No one speaks up about it.
I say I pray, but I didn't mean that as in like thingy. But I want to be proved wrong, Brian. I swear to God, do you know how happy I would be? Now, I'm somebody who does not like to be proved wrong, right? Normally, in normal circumstances, right? But where this is concerned, this is concerned, right? Where this specific subject is concerned.
I take great comfort in being wrong on a
do you know what? It would make me so happy.
I'm sorry, but it's just the way things were being presented and the way they look to me. You know, if I've gone too far with it, then I'm sorry. I'd have no problem in saying that.
Yeah, no, do you know what? And I can honestly say that everything that I have said from the start, yeah, I will, apart from the Hampstead case, and you don't understand, that meant a lot to me, that Hampstead case, that kind of, it meant something to me, it really did. You know, and the fact that it was only like half an hour away on the tube, yeah, that was like the killer. But did you know they never named any celebrities? They never named it. Someone pointed that out to me a while ago, yeah. And when I think about it, that means that they can't be sued, right? Do you see where I'm coming from? Because if you're naming big people, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, still there.
if you're naming like big time people.
Yeah, they do it all the time, like with the Leon Britton thing. You know, Tory cabinet minister. You know, that's how you word it, isn't it? Like you can do all of that, just not give the name.
Yeah, but
the person and all that.
The fact that the children never, like, there was not one celebrity named. It was school teachers only, literally. Right, and that's that's quite telling. That is quite telling. But no, the Hampstead case, it meant, and that obviously I think. But I can honestly say every other subject that I've covered, yeah, adrenochrome, I stand by that today, yeah, and.
It's a real thing, you know.
And you want to be proved wrong. You so want to be proved wrong, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. Even finding out that they extract melanin from the pineal gland, it's like, and melanin is because I can't remember what age it was, but it was quite young. They have a melanin explosion, they call it, and this is black children. Yeah, right. So, and it's just so, like, it's just so awful. It really is. It really, really, really is bad. But I was saying to you, I'm going to be doing my like first interview like this week with with my friend Carol, because like I said, it's not a wedge turnout or anything like that. I've known her for years, and it's. But I still don't even know the full story. I know the basics. But I don't even know the full.
Maybe it's best that way because, you know, although it'd probably be hard because you actually know the woman, you know, you're still gonna find things out yourself, which is gonna make you, you know, like ask questions. You know, you won't ask shit things. I know that.
No.
You know where to go with things. You've got enough of inquisitive mind that knows what's what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not used to interviewing, but not gonna lie, like it's normally me being interviewed properly. So I've never been on, I've never been on the opposite side. You know, like interviewing someone.
It's not like, don't even look at it like an interview. Well, it's only like what we've just done. Really.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't expected to turn into Terry Wogan. You know what I mean? Or
I wouldn't want to turn into Terry Wogan. Thank you very much.
No, don't do that. By the way. But no, you'll be fine because it's not. They're not so much interviews. It's more like a conversation. Really.
Yeah.
And you know, that's how you want to look at it. Really, it is because that's what it is. If you look at it like an interview, you feel like you have to be a certain way, but you're just having a conversation, and you know us, so and you know.
Yeah.
And it might, you know, that is what you'll do there is what Wedger has been going out claiming to be doing. But actually, if you're doing it for real, then that's
you know, they don't. They just want that. Well, just want to tell their story. Really, it's yeah. So it's so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm coming down to you on Wednesday anyway. I've got to get this film more activated.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted.
Yeah.
That's easy, man. Don't worry about
Because
that.
I've been so excited about making a doc. I really have. I feel like that's what I want to do.
Hey, you'll love it, man. Get ready for some late nights and some hours just getting taken away from you, because that's what happens. But you end up with something at the end of it, and it's really easy to do, and you'll enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? Because you go over things thoroughly, so you'll have no problem connecting, you know, bits from memory old into bits off of documentaries that you've seen, and you know, go with your own thing on that. It's a puzzle. It's like a puzzle, but it's and you're taking someone on a journey, and it's got to make sense, and these things have got a link. And when you watch one thing going into another, you know, you'll know why you went from that into that, because it'll be obvious when you watch it back, because you know it was a strong point that you've edited there, and you're writing down time codes and stuff, so you can quickly find bits on the videos so you know where the bits are. That's the hardest bit. That's the bit that fucking takes the longest. You know what I mean? If you're writing down the time codes, you're really helping yourself, doing yourself a favour, because you've able to pull the video into Filmora, quickly scrub through to that time code, you know, play it, and then just hit a new in point and an out point and put it into the timeline. You'll love it. Mate.
Do you know what? I've already had another idea.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna do one, right? I'm going to get all your clips of all the different police that have come to your house. You know, like a collection. Yeah, I'm going to call it the BH collection. And it did, because I've got ideas. You know, like I'll make fun of them. I swear to God, I'm going to trash them. The tactical firearms unit. I mean, I am going to have so much fun, even with your last arrest. That I've got so much ammo I can go with.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do it, man. Seriously, do it, because anyone making a point where any of that footage is concerned is welcomed, as far as I'm concerned, because it's how the fuck are they getting away with doing this? I mean, to someone in the public.
I even want the footage. No, you're
doing it to me.
I even want the footage. No, but Bride, do you remember when they come round to you and told you that if you were thinking of putting up revenge poll?
Yeah, don't do it. Fucking what? Where did you get that from?
In the middle of this pandemic, North Wales Police, contacted whatever police station these police come from, knocked on Brian's door and said, "We heard that you was thinking of putting out revenge porn on Daniela Westbrook, and we've come to advise you. We've come to advise you don't do it." I was like, "Oh my God, that is a madness." That is an absolute madness. What the fuck? Yeah.
They're like full crime police. If you're thinking of doing this, don't.
Well, yeah, and the fault. I don't think the fault police in George Orwell's 1984, mate.
Oh fuck me, that's full police if I've ever seen it. I'm going to send you 2 women officers. Yeah, so you can be deterred by looking at these 2 women officers for a start, right? And then if you're thinking of putting up revenge porn, what revenge porn? What are you talking about? Where are you getting this shit from? Well, Daniela, oh, fuck me, we just come around on a whim because she said that, he might do this. Where are you getting this from? It's ridiculous, man. Like, all that, I've got all that. I've got all, I've got all, right? It's too much. It'd be one fucking long-ass video, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, but I'm going to have some fun with that.
Yeah, please do, man. I'll be interested to see.
Oh yeah.
Ever actually.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have some fun with that. I've got ideas already. It's mad.
Yeah, well, don't worry, man. Wednesday, I'll get it set up.
Yeah.
You'll be done after that, and then we'll see what you put together. It'd be good, man. No.
Yeah, no, and when I do something, yeah. I can be, when I've really put my heart and soul into something, I can be very perfectionist, as in, like, it's got to be how I want it to be, yeah?
Don't worry, I'll show you, man. I'll show you the shortcut, so as you're going along, you won't have to go back and colour it up and all that. It'll already look the best it can be as you're just making it. So,
but I'm kind of lucky because my mate Vicky, she's like, she loves doing that, yeah? And she only lived 4 doors or 5 doors away from me, and
handy.
yeah, and so she said
she's had any experience with editing, right? Which
she's done a little bit, yeah.
Well, then she'll fly with it. She'll probably fill you in on bits that you didn't understand because it's so easy to use, and once you know how to use it, that's it. What you want to do is such a simple thing, but it can, what I mean, you can make something so good, like just making the point. That's what you're doing with it, is you're making that point. I need the public to know that this is connected to this, and you'll love it, man. Because if you're a perfectionist, you'll be going in on the detail, and then so much more detail is gonna come into your head while you're doing it, and that's where you got to control yourself then, because when I'm doing them, I've only got to get to a certain point. It's like, fuck, I can go off and wear it here. And he's a fucking Christian pastor now. And what the fuck? Look where he's come from. Look what he's done. There's so many fucking...
Yeah, but look, but hang on a minute. John has gone that pastor. Do you know who teaches that?
Camilla even the similarities in that. That's a video
but
in
Camilla Batman Jelly is...
Pastoral services.
Is a theological whatever it... So what's the betting? Yeah. What is the fucking betting? Like, it's and John was doing food drops with her from 2015.
Yeah, see, that's mad, man. That's madness. And she's in with Prince Charles. Yeah, and she's photographed with everyone. Cameron, Boris. She's in with everyone.
But she is actually Iranian royalty. She's actually Iranian royalty. But when she first come over here, she used to dress all in black. She used to be a bit witchified. Yeah, she used to always dress in black. Right. But the bright coloured, that was done because that was done to disorientate. But one thing I wanted to bring up with you, I remember there was an issue with her chauffeur, right? That she sent the daughter of her chauffeur.
I remember something that's coming up in a documentary, sitting in her office.
Yeah.
Was it again?
And it was, she sent the chauffeur's daughter through private school, like through proper.
That's right. She looked after the chauffeur's daughter.
Yeah. And
the chauffeurs, man. Right, what you said about that.
Yeah, and Epstein had a chauffeur, and when Epstein, like, it was reported that he was dead. Whether he's dead or not, I don't know. But he was reported as dead, right? And his chauffeur put out, like, his chauffeur was called Obi. That was it, Obi. And he killed himself. He basically killed himself. But he left this recording, right? Because he said,
That was a lot, didn't it, man?
Right.
Fucking Savills chauffeur
Yeah.
died. Fuck, they all fucking
Right.
died, didn't they?
Oh, but the chauffeur knows everything, Brian. The chauffeur knows.
There you go, people.
The
Don't
chauffeur
become
knows
a
everything.
chauffeur.
The chauffeur knows everything. Knows absolutely
don't
everything.
Become a chauffeur. It's a short-lived
Yeah,
career.
yeah. And well, it's not a short-lived career. I mean, like, if you keep your mouth shut and you do what you're doing, but it was like, because obviously Epstein had died, he said, they're coming for me. They're going to come for me. I know they're coming for me. And he gave testimony. Yeah, and he said he worked for Epstein at first, like in New York, Manhattan, wherever he had his fucking thingy, and then Epstein offered him a job on the island, right? And he said, like, they got very well paid, but for shutting their mouth. And when they used to go out and get the young girls, they used to call it booty duty.
Booty duty, right?
Booty duty, but he'd ferried around Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
And how you knew it was true, there was an incident with Mitt Romney, right? Now, this incident had been reported in the papers, yeah, but it was the backstory to the incident that was very, very interesting. And he even named another two guys. He wasn't a fake. He really wasn't a fake. But he said the bathhouse, like, no one was ever allowed near the bathhouse. And no, they weren't allowed to be anywhere where the guests were as well, right? And he said, like, they used to do these, like, someone used to have a bull's head and would roam around all night. And
fucking hell.
right, yeah, and he said,
It sounds like some fucking redwood forest fucking shit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, they love their hunting parties, Brian. They, they absolutely love their hunting parties. It's
I bet Squid Game was based on their shit.
Of course it was. But did you see how it's morphed into a children's game as well, though? Red light, green light. Yeah, that's been pushed children's game, and it's like, oh right, okay. Red light, green light. But
That was odd, man, and that fucking thing turns around, and that was quite shocking. That
well,
on Squid Game, that first lot of killing where they got to run across, and that was quite shocking.
But that red light, green light has transpired into a children's game. They still play it today.
Did they not take that from a children's game to begin with? In that,
I don't know.
It may have been like a. Yeah, it might have been.
But it's just like, okay, we'll stick to one subject tonight.
Yeah, that's not happening, is it?
No, it don't.
But it does, but it is a bit boring just fucking sitting there talking about police all night, because they're just so.
Yeah, there is so much more to this.
Shit. They're just, they want to come round and start on me all the time, but they're not once have they turned round and gone, look, we know you've got grievances, Brian. If you want.
No, they come round to inform you that there was a threat to your life.
Yeah, they want me worried. That tells me you don't like me. You have no respect for me.
I think it was Brian. I think there was something more sinister going on that day. To be quite honest with you, I think there was something.
Which day?
That day when they come and told you there was a threat to your life. There was something sinister about that, because that was when the black van, wasn't it? The black van was driving up and down.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think the black van, that was done on purpose, because it wasn't, even the way the geezer drove past and all that, it was, it's obvious it's going to be on a door camera, so it's, you know what I mean? It wasn't very, I don't know, like you wouldn't do it like that.
Well, you know, you don't know that, Brian. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Well, if that was a genuine kidnap about to happen, then you know they've left themselves wide open. They're on film.
Yeah, but they'll just destroy the film. They'll just.
It was already out on the live. They couldn't risk that. People already had it. They couldn't risk that. Someone would rip that. People rip my videos and set and I put them up. Some of them, I know that, even if they're trolls. You can risk it. You can risk that. Live kidnap.
But that, but I don't.
It's the faces of the two officers that have turned up.
But I don't think that they thought that you wasn't going to comply with them. To be quite honest with you, I think they, yeah, and so it's only the fact that you didn't comply with them that probably. So I think that they were saying much more sinister because Brian, like they've tried to kill you. There's no doubt about that. There's no.
I know they've tried to kill me. I know
that chop in your head wasn't done to say like just a little bit. It was a fucking chop in the head.
Well, I didn't die in the Twin Towers, you know what I mean? So I've come back after that, and then that's happened. So what's that tell you?
That.
It's right after that. That gig. I've just come back from being over there. And it was a quick one, and I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll go there and do it and come back. You know what I mean? That's what happened.
Fucking hell, man.
It was a hit, of course it was.
100% it was a hit.
You're out of range of CCTV, then police up there, if they really wanted to help me, they wouldn't come down and fucking get me doing the line-up while I was inside, would they?
No. Yeah, and I don't even know. I don't even know
so
what.
That tells me there's police involvement in my hit. So if there's police involvement in it,
of course there'll be police involvement.
That they're involved in my setup, and it can be proved, and they'd like to discredit me before it gets out what they've done to me. But now it's too late, and everyone knows, and have seen partial bits of the evidence for themselves. And now it's like, well, what now? And it's like, it's your fucking move, because it's 20 years later and I ain't fucking about no more. Either you're budging or I'm budging, and that means either I win and you're fucking either going to prison or paying out about 40 million quid, or I'm dead. That's what it means. There is no other answer, and I have to do it, because if I don't do this, I don't have a life anyway, and I'll be fucked if I'm carrying on like this for the next 10 years. You know, I'm someone as well. Well, I feel I should just sit in the shadows, let it blow over, feel like it's all my fault. No, fuck that, it ain't my fault. I came into this industry as a kid. I've now found out that everyone's trying to fuck me and pull me into a paedophile ring. No one wants to fucking stand up and own it and admit what's happened to me and be my friend. I'm out here on my own. Everyone's turned their back on me, earned money out of me, but yet I'm here with mental health on fucking benefits. Can't even get a lawyer. This is just not good. And I want to know why it's like this for me. I want to know why. I ain't done anything wrong to deserve this. You know what I mean? I ain't gone out and fucking hurt no one. Why am I getting this? What is the purpose of this? Why do I have to be destroyed, can never get through? Everyone knows I could do my job. I could have just been making music, maybe happy in life. You know, who knows? I don't know. But instead I've been locked off, shut in my house for 10 years. And the louder I shout about it, you know, the further away I get. And it's like, what do? I can't risk going anywhere. I ain't been to the fucking dentist because I can't fucking go anywhere. I want to go to the dentist. I need a fucking operation on my hip. You know, I'm here doing this every day. And, you know, I have to my hip keeps fucking healing. And then I get a week and then it starts aching again, and then it builds up and it pops again. And it's just like, this is me. And I've asked the doctors for help 7 months ago, but, you know, and 20 years prior, nothing. Now, what do you do in a situation like that? Because I'm actually in it, you know, and there's not many people that understand. Like, you understand. I know you get it, man. And but, you know, what do you really do? Because it's me fighting royals, establishment, Murdoch, all the most powerful people in the world are on my shoulders. And I've got no fucking support. I don't get no support off my family with any of it, nothing. You know what I mean? I'm on my own out here, man. Everyone sort of turns their back on you. You know, if you've just been used, then you just get left to get on with it. And there's no fucking wonder why I'm angry. Of course I'm angry. What do you expect me to feel?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you know,
all them records, people taking the piss out of you, and all of a sudden I've got to be the demon because you lot are paedophiles. How the fuck is that right? And no one can defend me on that. That's just bullshit. And I've got so much evidence against the police. Getting bullied, told me life's in danger. Think it's saying had an effect on my mental health? You know what I mean? People want to come on and criticise me. Oh, you look fucked. And it's like, well, you know, you go through what I'm going through and try and fucking maintain it. It ain't easy, mate. I can't go to a doctor. I can't do it. I've got to look after myself. So, you know what I mean? And I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. It's like I'm in a nightmare. Like, well, this ain't life. You know what I mean? I've been in prison for 10 years as far as I'm concerned. You know, under stress every fucking minute of every day of that 10 years. And no one can help. This is wrong. You know, what have I got to end up dead? Another statistic in the newspaper. Oh, he's committed suicide. No, you ain't never getting that out of me. I'll fight you to the end, man. I'd rather fight you. I'd rather fight these people physically than fucking go out like that. I ain't going out like that. You're fucking mad. It's me or you, man, honestly. And that's real from me to whoever's pulling the fucking strings out there. Like, I ain't stopping. And this is to the death. And you ain't gonna fucking intimidate me, because I'll fight any of it. I don't give a fuck. You don't fucking scare me, man. Yeah? And you don't want to start talking about weapons and that. If I need to get one, I can fucking get one, yeah? Just know that. Yeah, but it's a good job for me. I ain't a silly cunt like you fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? It's a good job. It's a good job I'm not like these people in a lot of ways. Because a lot of people would be sitting there in trouble right now, and I'd just be sitting there going, yeah, good you cunt, you fucking cunt, for all the wrong reasons. It's a good job I ain't like that. You know, count yourselves lucky, because I could have caused a lot of people a lot of grief, but I'd rather get to the full fucking truth of what's going on there. And when I learned that people had it lined up for me to get fucking ragged out and all that, what? Because I was saying, fuck you, mate. Yeah, watch when I fucking catch you, man. You know, I ain't fucking joking either. You ain't fucking had me turn me into some fucking pedo, man. If I fuck you, man. Fuck you, you're getting exposed, yeah? No, I know about you. You're fucked. That's all I'm saying. You do whatever you want to do to me, yeah? Because when you do, it is over. And if that's what it means to leave my mark on the world, then so be it, innit? If that's how I go, because these cunts kill me, then so be it, man. I ain't living scared. I'm going to expose you, yeah? I'm going to find you all. I'm going to expose you. So if you're going to kill me, get on with it. Get on with it, man. And I mean that. Get on with it. Because I'm getting on with it with you, trust me. Yeah, so one of us is getting it. One of us is getting it. Because I ain't never leaving this. I'm sorry, I was too much.
No, you can't.
I ain't leaving it. I'm never leaving it. Paddock, if I'm leaving you, mate, I know you're listening to me right now. What you've done to my life in trying to help that fucking family, I'm sorry, you got caught. I'm going to fucking destroy you, mate, yeah? I'll give you all the chances in the world. I'd have left you out of it if you'd have come forward, gone, yeah, I did take his computers, I did do that to him. He did come in and try and help. He was deceitful and lying to him and stitching him up in the background. But you ain't got the bollocks to do that because you're a fucking pussy-hole, mate. You're a big, fat, fucking pussy-hole, prancing fucking nonce as far as I'm concerned. Yeah? And do you fucking frighten me? No, you don't, you cunt. None of your fucking people frighten me. You're all wankers. You know why? Because you're all on the paedophile side. And that's why you're cunts, man. You're going to hell anyway, and I fully believe that. I might not be able to do nothing about none of you, but one day you're going to wish you never lived the life that you did. And that much you can fucking guarantee, man. You count on it. Count on it. Because you think you know life. One day, no one's going to be able to help you. You're going to be in the darkness on your own, calling Jesus' name. And he's going to say, I don't know you, mate. I don't know you. And you're fucked from that point because it is for eternity. Yeah? And you think you know better? Laugh at it. He believes in all that. Well, watch. As sure as you're here now, when you die, you're going to know, mate. You're going to know. You're going to a nasty place. And I don't feel sorry for you. You deserve it. Because you've been given many chances. All of you have. Yeah? And you just want to fuck kids. And I won't allow that to happen while I'm here, mate. I won't. Like Niki says, not living in a world where you've made that okay. It ain't okay. It's never going to be okay, and you're never going to have it that way. The world will end before you do that. You know, Putin, mate. If you're going to hit the button, do it, innit?
Yeah, that's that. I said that the other because.
If you're going to do it, you aim it at Parliament and you get rid of them cunts. If we've all got to go down with it, then fucking I'll go down with it.
Yeah,
you know I
said
it's
that.
Just getting worse here.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, bye. I'm going to leave it there because do you know what? I'm sitting here and you know I'm like my eyes are closing. Where I'm
yeah, go on, man. We've
yeah,
done a good long one.
Yeah.
3 hours and 12 minutes we're coming up on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how long we've been talking anyway. Yeah.
You know, man.
That's a good one anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
That's all right, bro. That's all right.
It's good to log these things.
Yeah, it's good to like, I don't know, just chat.
Yeah, just get it out there, man. Hopefully, if there is any criminal lawyers out there, barristers even,
solicitors,
if you think you can help, get in touch somehow, because at least have a look at what I've got, man, before you go, fuck, like, please have a look.
No, especially any lawyers that specialise in police, against claims against the police. You know, it's because he's got. It's a solicitor's dream. Let me tell you that now.
Nice.
If you're in that field, yeah, he has got the dream case for you. Yeah.
Video evidence of everything.
Yeah.
All of their
paperwork.
Anyone that's brought a case to me, contradictions. Anyone that's ever brought a case against me, all of them.
Like,
and I mean that, all of them. Overwhelmingly, all of them. Anyone that's brought a case to me, overwhelmingly, it's all the other way round, and you'll see that. Phone hacking, phone tapping, admissions from, the editor of the time, who's now dead, by the way.
Yeah, but Bright. What I'm saying is they're not going to concentrate. What you need is people that a lawyer that kind of specialise in police, like
cases against the police.
Yeah. The phone hacking and the phone hacking. They're not gonna like. They're not, because the evidence is overwhelming for that. But there's people that are dead. Yeah. The police case.
That's a specialised thing. Anyway, with that.
But the police case, right? It's an open and shut fucking case. It's ridiculous. And do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. If there is like you just got to. It's beyond ridiculous, Brian. It is actually beyond ridiculous. But yeah. Well, we'll leave it on that note.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. No. Something will give. My fucking hand is hurting me now. But
yeah, fucking go and rest, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's been a good one. Yeah, nice one, Nick.
I'll see you on Wednesday, but I'll speak to you before then anyway.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
all right then, Brian. All right then.
All right, thanks.
Right,
nice
speak to you soon. Bye.
All right, see you later, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. And it's great. It's great having chats with Brian, because it's just so much information's just free flowing. It's cool. But as always, thank you for listening, and I